Johnnymmer here. Welcome back to the Play Your Way podcast. What's today's date? March 6th, 2026. That's right. And as you can see, we got the full trio back in action. The Play Your Way trio. Play Your Way crew, Play Your Way gang, whatever you want to. You have a Squirtle in the back. Sorry, I just really had to point that out for a second.
Two.
I'm,
I have two.
I'm in love with Squirtle at the current moment.
I have two. There's a little Funko one and then a regular one.
Just got a whole bunch of Pokemon. Anyway, welcome back to the Play Your Way podcast. Yeah, I don't really, kind of like the last one, I really don't have a plan here. We're kind of just going to talk. We're just kind of just going to yap. We're in like a really weird transitional phase with Play Your Way, just for a lot of reasons, but also Jordan's back after like basically his PC like went to hell and back pretty much. Actually, it's not even back, is it? It's just a whole new
whole new setup. Yeah, it's over there. It's right there. I can see it. But.
Yeah, pretty much. He went through spiritual warfare with his PC and
something like that. Yeah,
and that old PC got thrown into a different dimension.
Pretty much. And so anyway,
sent that to the shadow realm.
Exactly. And so we're back. We have quite a couple games to talk about. I know we've been playing a few things, at least since the last time me and Austin were on here. Definitely, I mean, maybe Jordan has some things he's been playing. Surely, it's probably like a bunch of random ones, and then probably Baldur's Gate 3, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and maybe some other things. But other than that, don't really have a plan. Some big news dropped, so we'll probably talk about those things. But other than that, yeah, should be a pretty solid podcast. How we doing, boys?
I'm here. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in a situation where I can actually confidently contribute to say like, hey, yeah, I'm in. You know, my PC's gonna boot up and it's gonna work. And yeah, it's been nice. But no, it's been good. You mentioned my new PC. That's been great. I've been streaming a little bit here and there. I've streamed like freaking 5 times in the last week, which has been nice because it's the most I've done in the last year and a half. So that's been super nice. And to answer your question, no, I really haven't been playing much. I've actually been so I took so much time after my job went away where I beat Elden Ring like 3 times. And then I just went through and beat Spider-Man 2 on New Game Plus to fully finish out the platinum since they added the New Game Plus trophy. But honestly, other than that, just occasionally playing some multiplayer stuff with my friends, PGA. I did try Warzone recently to see if my PC could rig it because I wanted to
try
play
that
something
Trivial
that was
Pursuit
kind of
2?
demanding. No.
Okay.
Willing to.
Sorry,
But no, it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, I got a PC set up again. I'm able to do stuff. Hopefully got another job on the horizon real quick too. So things are going.
Fire.
I did unfortunately lose my cat about a month ago, so that's kind of a sad news on my end as far as the somber part. Not to bring the vibe down, but that was a big moment in my life.
What was the cat's name?
Fleur.
Fleur.
Her name was Fleur. She was
Fleur.
just about 12. So
Dang.
she's
That's a good
we
life,
got her
though.
ashes back a little while ago. I got a little memento of her hair here with me, so you know. She lives on, but apart from that, I'm doing well. Doing all right, feeling good. Haven't been sick in like a week and a half, so that's dope too, because this weather up and down's got me feeling some kind of way. So.
Oh my gosh, we could have a whole podcast on the weather. Oh man, Austin, how's it going?
I'm gonna be honest, it's been great. Like I've been doing really good. I've been playing a lot of stuff. In terms of like February and like the start of this week, I've been playing a lot. I'm just trying to do a lot better than what I did last year when it comes to like just keeping up with stuff that I want to play. I've been kind of all over the place. I've mostly been on PC actually. I just feel like there's a lot of PC games coming out recently that I've been really interested in, and I've been playing. Of course, like I can go through. I've been playing some like even games that people may not even know right now. I know most people in the industry that are probably on the more hardcore side have heard of Mugenics. I've been playing that. I've been playing You Have Your Friend Slop. currently of the year at the moment. You always have a game that's just gonna come out and blow up, and it's just super fun. Super Battle Golf. I've been playing that. It's actually just such a blast playing like golf, but you can just mess with other people. It's super fun, and I definitely recommend it, including Mugenics as well. Demon Tides is another one I've been playing. It's a 3D platformer. Very like it's like it has a lot of inspirations behind it. It's also it feels like kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, how you collect like puzzle pieces. You're collecting gear pieces. So I've been really enjoying that. Me and my girlfriend Crystal are probably going to hop back into Cult of the Lamb, Woolhaven DLC at probably this weekend or starting next week. And then I have finished Resident Evil Requiem. So me and my girlfriend just did it over the weekend that it came out, Friday through Sunday. Just got it done, and I mean, I'll say my opinions later on about it, but I'm just glad that that weekend was super awesome. I mean, it was a game I was super excited for, so it feels good to pick it up and play it and finish it. So, yeah, that's basically everything I've been doing.
Awesome. What's up? All right. Well, so we're gonna go ahead. I guess we'll just get started. I don't even know. You're muted.
Been playing anything, John?
Yeah, I was about to say, what about you, my guy?
Well, look, no one asked, bro. All right, except Jordan. Jordan asked.
I did. I was just muted.
No, you're good.
I was expecting you to just tell us anyways.
No, I know. Yeah, I've been pretty good. Just doing a lot of stuff, being busy as always. A lot of just a lot. It's just a lot.
If you guys didn't know, John's middle name is Busy.
Oh man, yes.
It's actually Nancy, but that's fine.
John Busy Nancy.
No, it's John Nancy Murr.
Oh,
Johnny Nancy.
That's his full name. That's his full name.
Wow. Anyway, yeah. So I've been pretty good though. In terms of gaming, pretty much like I would. I mean, there's only really been three things I've played since the last podcast. One of them was.
You're gonna say the other one that I forgot to mention that I also finished. So once you say it, I'll tell you. So just like mention the 3 games you're about to talk about. You're fine.
Brother's so confident. I definitely don't think he's finished this other one.
You're going to say the game I'm thinking about, John.
Yeah, apparently, dude. I guarantee you I'm not. So one of them is Pokemon Unite. I have been playing Pokemon Unite. Like, I kind of started playing it like a few days before Resident Evil came out just because I just wanted to play something, and I don't know, I was just in the mood for Pokemon, so I hopped in some Pokemon Unite. Was just playing that. Then, of course, been playing Resident Evil Requiem. We'll obviously talk about that and thoughts on that. And then the other one, which I don't know, unless Austin's like just insane, like no life.
No, then you're just forgetting like another game we both played. Because you're about to say Pokopia, right?
Pokopia.
Is there Pokopia?
Pokopia.
I hate
Utopia.
This title.
Pokopia.
Dude, I don't know why.
It's not that hard.
I want to say Poketopia. I don't know why.
You're like Snowbike Mike.
Dude, it feels correct in my head.
I actually do like Poketopia. I do like that, but no, it's Pokopia.
It just sounds better.
Pokopia. Yeah. So I've been playing Pokemon Pokopia.
Pokopia.
Are you thinking Neva Prologue? Is that what you're thinking?
Neva
Okay.
DLC.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if that came out before the last podcast or not. So I wasn't sure.
Bro, yes.
I feel like I already talked about it, but I guess not. Must not have. So then I guess Neva Prologue also finished that. So yeah.
Dope.
But other than that, Yeah.
I'm hearing rave things about Pokopia, by the way. So how is it?
Pokopia?
Yeah, Pokopia. We're saying the same thing.
Honestly, fellas, like I'm gonna be so real to anyone watching this. We are going to pronounce it wrong, whether you like it or not.
I'm saying it. We're all saying it exactly the same way. So
yeah,
I don't know
you're
what
right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, play your way, man. Anyway,
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
Well,
so yeah, Pokopia.
I mean,
basically,
okay.
basically a Pokemon DLC for Animal Crossing is the gist that I've got from it. So
I'm sorry, I keep not putting respect on all the games that I've been playing, but I also just spent 5 hours playing Cairn. So anyone that doesn't know that, Cairn is a rock climbing game. It's like more story driven. It's awesome. Go check it out. It's on PC, PlayStation, all those. But I definitely recommend PC, is what I've heard. I'm very much enjoying that too.
Cool.
It's also a human-made stack of stones, is what Cairn is. Just so you know, if you Google Cairn, that's what you get. Anyway, so our next topic, guys. I'm gonna roll a d20. Where are my dice?
Do it. You do whatever.
Short.
Take us. All right. So he's asking about Pokopia. So I guess I'll just go ahead and jump right into there.
I'm genuinely curious because I've only actually watched like 3 minutes of gameplay, and that's I'm throwing shade a little bit by saying it's a Pokemon DLC for Animal Crossing, but that's what it looked like. So
yeah.
How does it expand that makes it a freaking 90 game is what I want to know.
Well, Jordan, some might say that this game could even be better than Animal Crossing in some way.
I would hope so. 5-6 years after release, I would hope so. I would hope all the mechanics and everything and the Pokemon involvement make it better just on the front of it. But what in depth goes into it that makes it more Pokemon than Animal Crossing? Because I am ignorant and haven't looked it up myself. So
yeah. Well, so I don't even know how to go into this.
No shade, by the way. I've got like 60 hours in Animal Crossing. So
no. I mean, well, so listen. Going into this, I'll just tell you right now. I'm not really the biggest Animal Crossing fan. I've just never been able to get into New Horizons. I've tried multiple occasions.
You're not bored enough?
Yeah, honestly, that's really it. I just can't, like, for some reason I've just never been able to get into Animal Crossing.
I played the most of it when I was a mattress salesman. I was dead as a doornail all the time, and that was all my hours.
Loved Minecraft as a kid, but I find it really hard to get into it now. I'm trying to think of other games that have people make pretty much keep that context going into what I'm about to say. Yeah, so I've only played like maybe 2 hours. And I did.
Is it Switch 2 only?
Yeah, it's Switch 2 only.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did pay the full $70 for this game. So I did draft this game on our Fantasy Critic, and that was a major snipe. I did it at literally the last chance I could. I saw the little icon. It said like, "This is your last chance to bid before reviews come out," and I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." I just bid $1. I picked it up. Ended up being a great pickup for me, but yeah, it did end up like basically scoring 90. I think it lowered to like an 88 now, but
yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon Pokopia. You know, I think it's going to be really hard for this game to not be like a top 5 game of the year for me, probably. I think this game is absolutely brilliant. I think it is incredible. Like, not even kidding. 5 minutes into the game, I'm like, holy crap. This is like peak Pokemon right here. Like, everything is firing on every cylinder. Like, I almost didn't want to do this podcast because I wanted to just play more. I started today. Those 2 hours that I've said that I played, I started today. When you listen to this game's soundtrack, which is incredible, when you see how many different systems are in this game, whether it's crafting, whether it is collecting, whether it is your relationships with Pokemon, whether it's the quest lines, whether it's the shopping, whether it's the building, whether it's the destroying, there's just so much going on in this game. And I'm going to go ahead and be the first one to say, I think Animal Crossing is probably the worst comparison you can make for this game.
Yeah.
Because I think it is absolutely way more of a Minecraft / like Stardew Valley than I would say Animal Crossing.
The only reason I say Animal Crossing is just because like it's Nintendo property, but also like for Jordan, for what he like knew for the most part. I will say from like what I've seen, it's because this is made by I'm pretty
It's
sure
the UI too. The UI was very Animal Crossing.
Oh my gosh.
The people that worked on Dragon Quest Builders are the ones that actually worked on this game, and so like it's more like a hybrid.
It's very much like Dragon Quest Builders. If anybody's played that, like it plays so similar, like the camera angle, like, controls, all that.
Yeah, it's like that Minecraft, and I would say those are the two main ones.
I would throw Animal Crossing in for the sense of like the look of the game. And like the cozy element, like the cozy element.
The look and the user interface is the only impression I kind of have of it. So that's why I say Animal Crossing.
Actually, the biggest part I would take from Animal Crossing is actually the like story elements. Like the fact that you are able to like this is one of the only Pokemon games I can think of where you actually have conversations with Pokemon. Like a Charmander is telling you about how he feels with his flame lit on his tail, and he's like telling you stories about how he accidentally burnt down like his friend's yard or something. And it's just like you don't get that in Pokemon games. Like you have a Bulbasaur telling you like man, like when I use this move this happens, but when you use it that happens. Like that's so cool, I'm jealous of you. And that's just like, bro, like that it's so cool like to actually talk with these Pokemon. Like they give every Pokemon a genuine personality in this game. And I think that's really cool. Like, and that's kind of what I would compare to Animal Crossing. Is like you can just go to any town folk, any whatever, and like have full blown quest lines and conversations with these Pokemon. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Is you can have a full like basically quest line for each Pokemon, and each of them have a personality that fits that Pokemon so well. And it's. Granted, I'm only 2 hours in, but I think that's kind of a testament to how good I think this game actually is, because 2 hours in, like I don't see how I don't fall in love with this game. Like I really don't, because to me, if I actually, you know what, if I had to be like a weird comparison, I think the reason I'm gonna fall in love with this game is it scratches the itch of like Poke Park for me in a little a little bit, where it's like you have to go to these different habitats, different environments, and you like find a Pokemon, and you're like, oh, yo, I found a Widow, and then you talk to him, and then he'll be like, let's play hide and seek, and I'll teach you this move, and it's like, oh, cool, and then you like play hide and seek, and then like you're able to do something that then gets you to the next environment where then there's like lava, and you're like, oh, I wonder what Pokemon will show up here, and then you find like a cool fire Pokemon, and then they teach you that. It's just it scratches the itch of like finding new Pokemon, doing Pokemon things, and just being that like cozy, like just have fun, be creative. Like it visually, I think it actually looks really good. And performance wise so far, it's really, really good. The UI is so well done. It is not invasive, it is not overwhelming, it is so simplified, it's unbelievable. I love it. Like the controls are so simple and so clean, it's so good. Like I genuinely like I'm in love with this game. Like I could praise it for so much. I think they like when I was playing in those first 2 hours, like one of my big thoughts was like, man, this reminds me of like early like 2000s, maybe even like early 2010s games, where it just felt, you could just like feel the passion in making this game. Like, every animation is way more than it needs to be. And I think it's so cool because that's like the opposite of what we're used to from Pokemon, like for like the past decade. I just feel like this game has so much more and did so much more than it needed to do, and I think it shows. Like, it's just passionate on every sound. Like, there are so many original new tracks in this game, but then they also mix it with a bunch of classics, and then they just have classics in there as well. It's like the music is on point, the gameplay is on point. So far, the story, I think it's one of the most interesting stories a Pokemon game has ever had so far. It's kind of dark, and I love it. And I just think everything is on point in this game. I've been seeing it on X, and I'm not gonna say like for sure it is, but I for me, I have three statements to make. Number one, and this is coming from somebody who knew Pokemon Snap is in their top 20 games of all time. This is easily the best Pokemon spinoff of all time. Number two, this is easily a Game of the Year contender, and I know it's really hard to believe because of just the type of game it is. I'm not saying it will be nominated, but I guarantee you, if you go to a bunch of content creators, influencers, just people who have played the game by the end of the year, so many people are going to be shouting out this game when it comes to the end of the year. And I think one of the big reasons is I generally think this game is going to like blow up. Like I think that this is going to like basically have another Animal Crossing moment. Maybe not to the same level, but no. I do think like this is going to be like a massive hit. I would not expect to see that this game put up crazy numbers. And so,
well, I think it's as well as like, I mean, Switch 2 is still new, less player base. You know, you have less players on your platform right now. This is going to be a system seller. But also like Animal Crossing New Horizons just came out at literally like I've never seen a game come out at a more perfect time.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Yeah.
That is legitimately one of the best release dates for a game like that on the planet. And I stand on it. The next Animal Crossing will not sell better than New Horizons. I don't think so.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting. That'll definitely mean
that's bold.
That'll be interesting.
May not be wrong, but I don't know.
But yeah, I like as of right now, man. I'm in love with it, and I'm only two hours in. And like to me, like this is like a dream come true. Like I just love everything about it. Like I really do. It like I feel like a kid playing the game, and I having so much fun. Like I don't want to put the controller down, and I find that so hard. Like even for a game that we're about to talk about, Resident Evil, I love that game so much, and I think the game is phenomenal. There are like just like in general, not because the game does anything or the game is anything, but just when it comes to like 95% of games, every game I play, even like something like Death Stranding 2, there are times when it's like it's really hard to want to keep playing just because like I have other things I can be doing, or you know I just get like tired or whatnot. This is a game where I genuinely like do not want to put the controller down. Like it's really hard for me to put that controller down, and yeah, I really love it. So that's my kind of opening impressions of Pokopia. I know it's like very strong opening impressions, but yeah. Like, man, I don't quite know like how to properly explain what makes it so perfect. I think it's just like, I think everything that this game is represents why Pokemon is as big as it is, contrary to what the last decade of Pokemon games has told us. Because Pokemon has definitely like fallen off a lot in terms of like reputation and just like, you know, the quality. But like when you're playing this game, when you're finding Pokemon, when you're doing things in the world, when you're hearing the music, when you're like reading some of the dialogue, which is not overbearing at all, in my opinion, like, man, that is one of the biggest complaints when it comes to Pokemon games is the amount of dialogue. Like,
oh, I know.
Everything in this game is just, dare I say, perfect. Like, yeah, I've yet to find anything that I can even like nitpick about this game. I just think they just absolutely cooked.
Yeah,
I like it.
I feel like, and I was kind of looking into this because me and John watch the same podcast, Kind of Funny Games, and I remember some of the guys on there were able to get previews of it, and when they kind of discussed it, I thought about it, and I was like, honestly, this sounds like this could be like really good, because it's like Dragon Quest Builders is already a game that a lot of people really enjoy, but let's take that genre and that format, and let's put Pokemon into the equation. There are so many Pokemon to work with. There is so many different ways you can mix and match things together with that. And that's when I was thinking, I was like, oh wow, so like I start on one of these one of these 5 like biomes. I start here and it's like, okay, I get a Bulbasaur, I get like, let's say Razor Leaf or something, or like, and then I go over here and I find Squirtle, I get Water Gun, which will help me melt fire in order, like stuff like that. It's like when you think about that, that's just really smart, like in terms of a game like that. Like there's so many different
like
ways to kind of build around biomes and create things. I just think that's really good game design.
Let me go ahead and like give a little example, because like Jordan kind of asked the question like, what makes this like Pokemon? Because I do think like you take the Pokemon out of this game, it looks straight up like Minecraft, like legit. It looks straight up like Minecraft. The best example is like exactly how they start you off. You're a Ditto, and you're able to transform into all these different Pokemon. You transform into your old trainer, in which you find a Squirtle. You are then able to transform into the Squirtle, which gives you the ability to use Water Gun. You use that Water Gun to make clean grass. By doing that, a Bulbasaur appears. That Bulbasaur will then teach you how to grow tall grass. You then use that ability to grow tall grass, in which a Charmander will show up, in which then you are able to use Charmander to light a campfire. And then you are able to just kind of experiment with those like abilities and capabilities that these Pokemon are able to do, to then just kind of experiment and explore. And it's like, okay, let me use Water Gun on a dead tree, see what happens. Bam, next thing you know, the tree's alive. Okay, let me grow tall grass around the tree, let's see what happens. A Scyther appears out of nowhere. What the heck? You then basically go collect sticks, give sticks to a Scyther, he'll teach you how to cut. And then you then do that, and then you then are able to build like houses for all these Pokemon. And I think that's something that's gonna be amazing. I already seen like, guys, I built Charmander his own like mansion, and it just looks crazy, like it looks cool. And so I think they just do such a brilliant idea for like, let's use these Pokemon's very unique abilities to give you basically unlimited opportunity to build your own town and your own world the way you want to, in such a Pokemon rooted way. Like everything is Pokemon Center themed, everything is like element themed, everything is tall grass, like berries, like the berries you find in the game, like everything is so Pokemon. It's just the way they use the gameplay is so just like brilliant. It really is amazing. And that's not to add, like, man, I feel like I've only scratched literally the tip of the iceberg. Not even. Like, I haven't even touched the iceberg yet. Like, and I have so many challenges, so many different quest lines I could be doing. I haven't even left the opening area yet. Like, I'm still being told how to walk, bro. Like, it's just like all these things. It's like, holy crap, this game is just like there's just so much, and it's not overbearing either. Like it is all you can do whatever you want. They're not like gonna shoehorn you into doing a certain thing. Like you just take your time, enjoy it the way you want, but like it gives you these pieces in such a way that it's just like, wow, like that is so smart. I never would have thought of it, but it makes so much sense. And so yeah, this game is special. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being like a top 5 Switch 2 game of all time for me. Like honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised this is a top game of all time for me, because I love Pokemon, and I love like these sim games, but I just have never been able to get into Animal Crossing for some reason. I'm not that big a fan of Minecraft anymore, but for some reason this is just itching that itch like so much.
I was also gonna say, like, I feel like for you, and I could be wrong on this, but like there are people like I am kind of like this, that some genres are not for me. But if you can do it really well, but put it in a franchise that I actually really enjoy, I feel like I'm more likely to get into it because of that. And it's like, I mean, I know you love Pokemon. I like Pokemon, but I'm more like mixed on it. But I still enjoy it. But I mean, like for you, it's like you list off other great games that feel like it within that genre, and it's like, I think just as well it helps that it's Pokemon. It's like you love that genre, and they did such a good job at putting, you know, a game that we've never seen do that within the Pokemon franchise out, and it's, you know, I think it really helps a lot too, depending on what you enjoy. And
I think this game just, it activates certain emotions that I think you can only get out of two things: Nintendo and Pokemon. And I think like that's what's gonna make it so special. Like I like literally right before the podcast, I was like, "Yo, mom, do you got like 15 minutes?" I showed my mom how the game works and like what the premise is. She instantly got so like into it. Like she instantly got it. She's like, "Oh, that makes sense. So if you use Bulbasaur's ability around this boulder, like a rock Pokemon will show up." And I'm like, "That's exactly right." And so we did that. And what do you know? A Pokemon showed up, and then I was like, "Oh, so now this move will be able to let me do this." And she's like, "So will that help this Pokemon?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it will actually." And so like they make it so accessible, but it's like so complex, like it's so in depth at the same time, and like kind of like what you're saying. I think what makes it so awesome, at least for me, is because the fact that I do love Pokemon. Like it's a top 3 franchise of all time for me, and like. Part of what, like, this is why I said I kind of compare it to Poke Park in a way, is like when I find a Pokemon or I do something with a Pokemon, like, man, I get so excited. Like when Bulbasaur appeared, I'm like, "Yo, it's a Bulbasaur, let's go." And then like whenever I finally got Charmander and then I found a campfire, like it like clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, wait, Charmander, get over here, get over here, Charmander. I bet you're gonna be able to light this camp. Like it is so like you just feel like connected, like you actually have relationships with these Pokemon, and you're just like, who doesn't know what Charmander does, right? So it's like you find a campfire and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can use Charmander here." And it's like, "Come over here, Charmander." And it's so cool. Like, yeah, they knocked it out of the park. I personally hope this either becomes a franchise or this becomes a really long-lasting game on the Switch 2. Like, I want DLC. I want consistent updates. Like, I think this is a special game. I really do. And so, my closing statement: do not sleep on it. Do not like just say it's a ripoff of something else, because even though it takes a lot of inspiration from things, it very much is its own thing. And yeah, just if you like Pokemon, play it. If you like cozy or creative games, play it. If you just like Nintendo games, I would say play it too. It just invokes so many emotions that I really, really enjoy. All right, but yeah, so that's all on Pokemon Pokopia. We definitely spent more time talking about that than I thought we would, but I mean, I just gotta be I'm glad you did, because I've really, you know, it's funny while he's doing his thing, I'll just say this real quick. When this game was first announced, when its first trailer came out, I remember I was watching it like with my mom at the same time, and we both saw it and we went like, "This looks so dumb. Like, this looks stupid. Like, what? Why do these characters look like why does the main character look like a goofball? And like, why is his arms like squiggly and flopping around? And like, why do you want to build a Pokemon Center? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, we were like, this game just looks really stupid. Like, this is why Pokemon has come downhill. But then like kind of what Austin said. Once like previews happen, like they actually finally like explain like what the premise of the game is, like how it works, and then it kind of clicked in my head. I'm like, yo, I could actually see how this could be really good. And luckily, and we see it all the time, it's like concepts and creative ideas can always sound good, but if they're not executed right, it doesn't really matter. And it's like, I'm like, wow, they really pulled it off. And like, I gotta give props where props due. Like we give them so much hate, but Pokemon Company, Game Freak, even though I know Koei Tecmo is the main developer, Game Freak was also at least in collaboration. Like, thank y'all for giving this game the green light, and thank you for like just like fully supporting it, because I think this game's a home run, 100%. Like, if I had to be honest, like right now, 2 hours in, I'm at like a 9.5. Like, I think this game is a peak. I think this game is so amazing. But all right, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead. We'll jump to the next. So, Jordan, take us to the next segment. Whatever you want. You pick. You roll dice.
All right. Give me a second. Let me figure it out.
We got Resident Evil. We could talk about. We got some of the news, maybe. Yep. We could talk about some news. You listen up.
I got all the news pulled up from everything that's happened this week.
Fantastic. I got French fries from McDonald's.
Hey.
Yo, man, you gonna tell me and you ain't gonna share?
Let's. I mean, have you beat Resi, John? Because I'm actually not sure.
He hasn't.
No.
I don't think he has.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I've been done. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank the Lord.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
It took me a little longer than I wanted, but I got done.
I watched 2 playthroughs. Well, 1 full playthrough, and I watched somebody play the last like 3 hours. But, I mean, I guess we don't have to be like spoilery or anything. I guess it's still very early. Still very early. But I mean, guys, Requiem was something. Again, I didn't play it, so my hand's not on the controller, is obviously going to be a different vibe.
Yeah, why is that? Why
without it? I have no job, Austin. You got $75? I'll play it tomorrow.
I could also just give it to you for free.
You could.
Well, actually,
now that you've beaten it,
you have a PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That I was like, I know you have at least one of
them. I have a PS5. But yeah, dude, how absolutely crazy is it that Claire Redfield comes in and just nukes at the end? How wild's that? Isn't that just the most ridiculous ending you've ever seen?
Yeah, it's kind of. I was not expecting it. I'll tell you.
Yeah, me neither. And then Heisenberg coming back with Ethan, like in a partnership as one monster now, like that was crazy. Right, you fought in the crater in Raccoon City. That was the best fight of the whole game.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's just crazy. Like, I was not expecting. Like, the crossovers were so awesome. Like, you had Walter White show up at the end. Like, I was not expecting that.
I can't believe they just like casually dropped Leon had a son. Like, like it's just like wow. Yeah,
and he's an alien.
I'm just glad Batman finally died, bro. Like, get this guy out of here already. Like, jeez.
Batman didn't die in the playthrough I watched. You might want to try again.
Oh, that might have been the bad ending. Hold on.
It might have been. That might have been. You might have.
For me,
you might have destroyed John, instead of liberated. You might want to chill.
For me and you, John, that'd be the good ending. So.
It would be the great ending. Oh, that'd be the best ending.
All right, no. Let's be for real. All right, fellas.
The conveyor belt scene, that was cool. The conveyor belt crusher part, that was cool. I like that a lot.
You know, John, I want to hear you talk about Resident Evil.
Of course you want to hear. Of course you want to hear me first.
Because I have just, I don't know.
Let the man eat his fries.
Okay, you know what, Jordan? How do you, from a perspective of just watching and not
Uh-huh.
playing,
Ooh, this is interesting. I like this.
what do you think of the game? Because a lot of people are going to be like, and I've had this opinion before, and I still have this opinion. I don't think it is bad to watch somebody play an entire game. I personally don't have any issues with that. I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, that you're not getting the experience. You have no idea like how it plays and how can you." But like, I like seeing other people's perspective because I think, to me, if you can watch someone play it and it's super entertaining without having to play it and watching someone else, I think that honestly helps out the game. Like, I think that shows how much quality is there within that title. So I'm very curious to see like what you think from that perspective.
So I haven't played any of them since the original 3.
Mhm.
I did well. We got when the 4 remake came out. I did get a free copy and played the first like hour or so of it just to kind of get a feel of it. But I haven't actually played any of them since 3. Um, so this one is probably my favorite one since 7, which I know there's only a couple games like in between, but there was the remakes and everything that they made betwixt all those. 8 is probably and I'm a bit of a minority in some people, but 8 is not one of my favorite ones to watch or take in. Like the characters are cool and the fights are cool and the game itself is cool, but something about 8 I just don't click with. Like I watched one run and it was like, okay, I've had all my time, and then I watched people play the DLC, but this one is probably one of the first ones that made me want to play it by watching it. Um, Mainly I like that they don't force the perspective of first versus third person on it. Like you can get a choice to choose that. I think doing the like kind of like the opposites is a good way to play. I think being third person with Leon traditionally and then first person with Grace is a fun way to do it based off of just how it is. I am curious. Is it Leon you can go first person too?
Yeah, you can do both for either of them.
So you can do third for Grace also?
Yes.
Okay, so that yeah, I thought it was just Leon that had the choice.
No, 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 no.
But
I'll be honest. If they
but that
had
was
to
cool.
make if they had to make a choice like that, Grace would Leon should not be played in first person. Like
No, I don't
it
think so
just
either.
it doesn't make any sense. Like it you want when Leon is on the screen, you need to see all of him. Like that is like non-negotiable. That guy's on the screen, you have to see him.
Well, yeah, he's
Like,
daddy.
well, yeah, Daddy Leon, man.
You got to see Daddy Leon on there, and he's like 50 now, but he looks 47. Looks great.
Man, I don't care how old he is.
Looks
God.
great. Hey, I'm not saying I cared. I'm just saying he's up there. He's up there now. He's doing it. He's got no gray hair somehow. He's killing it. You know what I mean? Killing it.
Mhm.
Absolutely killing it as Leon Skinnedy. Other than that, the way the game is split up, I thought was really cool. It was starting to irritate me at first while watching the playthrough because it's like, all right, 2 hours of Grace, 3.5 seconds of Leon, an hour
Yeah.
of Grace,
Mhm.
12.5 minutes of Leon. Like
Yeah.
it was like, okay, so obviously there's gonna be something's gonna happen in this game, and you're gonna play as Leon for like a straight 8 hours or something, and obviously that if you play it, you know that it kind of pairs it up like that. But the back and forth that they did was really cool. I really liked the storytelling as far as like within the game, not necessarily the story itself, but like like there's a helicopter crash that happens, and then you switch perspectives of who you are, and you see the helicopter crash, and it just perfectly puts you to like like, oh, what the heck, let's go figure that out. Like that was a really cool way to do it with like the double character perspectives. Because they haven't done. When's the last time they did a multi-character Resi?
6.
6.
Okay, yeah, and I didn't partake in 6 at all. I know
Oh,
nothing.
A lot of
the-
people did not.
I know nothing of the story of 5 or 6. Was 5 the one in Africa?
Yes, 5's the one in Africa.
6 is
Okay,
the one
yeah.
where Chris and Leon cross paths for the first time.
Okay,
The-
yeah.
the-
See,
every-
6 I haven't
everybody's
seen.
there.
I know no con. I've seen the beginning of 5 because when 5 came out, a buddy of mine midnight released it and came home and played it, and I watched him play like the beginning of it, and he actually hated it, which is kind of funny. It was actually kind of a hilarious experience. He's like, "This game sucks," but yeah. So because you get to do that a little bit. My fondest memory is doing it in 3, which I won't go back and talk about how 3 breaks down like nonstop, but the double perspectives of playing as both characters that set a different tone throughout it, brilliant. Don't stop doing that unless it doesn't make sense for the game. But that was a really cool callback to the play styles. I really liked, and the only spoiler scene I'll give is the very first scene you get walking with Leon down the street. Dude, that got me jacked watching that because he's just shooting everybody with the vials, and then it's actually zombies again. Like one of the bigger complaints I've heard everybody say the last couple of years: when did Resident Evil become not about zombies? You got your zombies back, okay? There's zombies again. There's zombies. There's undead. They'll bite you. They'll crawl at you. You gotta, yeah. I mean, obviously they've taken the other like progressions of the other virus monsters like into it, but like you get zombies again. You get the ones that you got to pop in the head and push off and fight off, and you got to do your herbs to heal your bites and stuff. Like they did a real good job, in my opinion, as someone who didn't play it, of taking things that some people were kind of missing with some of the old ones, pairing it with the new mechanics that they've been doing with the last handful of titles. I do think there's a couple of pacing issues kind of here and there. It's a little jarring sometimes from one person to the other, depending on how the story's going. But I mean, overall, if I like, if you know me, I'm not a big number person. I don't really like putting numbers on things. But I mean, the 9 out of 10 score, 9, 8.5 out of 10, like that seems pretty on par for what I've seen. And again, the full playthrough that I watched, like he was thorough, but he's still skimmed. So like I'm curious what like a full-fledged like collectible, like breaking down the lore of the stuff that you don't get in story but you only get while reading, like going back and seeing how much like homages you get to the old stuff by collecting all the stuff in Raccoon City. Like I'm really curious to kind of see how much like in depth the game actually gets, which is kind of why I want to play it now. But yeah, really good. As someone who didn't play it, I'd say it looks really good, seemed to play really good. And yeah, I Capcom, man, I don't know.
Yeah, they Capcom is it's actually like it's so incredible to me. Like I mean John has been I mean I've known as well, like Capcom is just the best third-party publisher, whether you like it or not. It just is facts.
I wouldn't even say third party. I would just say publisher, period.
Well, yeah. But I mean, specifically for what they would call themselves, like just as a publisher, anyways, it's like, they're right there, and I guess I'll go ahead and say my thoughts because I don't know, I just really want to talk about it, to be honest. Okay, so I loved this game. I had such a blast playing it. Now I have a little story to tell because it didn't start off like this. I decided to play classic mode, okay, which is what I would consider hard mode. And I hated. I mean, I was just
roll the clip.
Oh man, dude, I was there when you rage quit, like genuinely rage. Like I was watching the stream when that happened, and I immediately texted Jordan afterwards. I'm like, bro, Austin just straight up rage quit, like ended his stream and all. And he was like, did he really? And then he went and watched the end of the stream. And it was hilarious.
So basically, like, classic mode is the thing that they advertised on any of the trailers, where it's like, hey, you have to collect ink ribbons, okay? So in order to save, you have to collect these. Well,
yeah.
I could not stand Grace's part. It was just so frustrating for me, and it's not because of the ink ribbons. I just feel like and I said it throughout the time I was playing. The true villain in this game is not the actual villain. It's the boss of the FBI that sent Grace to go here. I'm sorry, like, I love Grace. I thought she was great. Playing on classic mode, oh my gosh, you are worthless. Like, you are so bad. But like, I still love her, but like, I was just not having fun. I was just, oh my gosh, I literally rage quit because I was like, why is it taking like 7, 8, 9 bullets in the head to kill one zombie? This is like ridiculous. So I then went back. I went to modern difficulty. Also, Capcom, I'm still on you for this because I know you love to do this with a lot of your games. I'm getting tired of it. Stop making it to where when you click the hardest difficulty, you can't go to the normal difficulty. But if I choose the normal difficulty, why can't I switch, or I can switch to the easy difficulty? That doesn't make any sense.
So you can go up, but you can't go down.
Well, no, you can't go up at all. Like, so if I clicked hard mode or classic, I can't go down to modern. But if I clicked modern and started the game, I could go to easy mode.
Oh.
I don't understand that.
I mean, classic probably just sticks you in. That was probably just purposefully to, like, if you're gonna do this playthrough, you're gonna do this playthrough. That's probably intentional. I know you're saying you don't like that feature, but that seems...
Well, no, because I don't think, like, especially in 2026, it's like, you should be able to change your difficulty no matter where it, like... And I know this isn't the only game they've done it. I'm very certain there's another game I played by them that does this. And I wouldn't be shocked if Pragmata does the exact same thing. And I hope they don't. I mean, it's just like the tiniest little nitpick from me. So I restarted, and from then it was smooth sailing. I absolutely loved it. I think I've heard a bunch of other people talk about it, their reviews on it, how they felt, and this like Resident Evil Requiem is, unfortunately, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I do think it is amazing. I would personally give it a 9 out of 10. I think this game is amazing. There are so many things to love about this game. I think this game has some of the highest peaks. I think this game has some of the best performances within the Resident Evil franchise. I think Leon...
The VA is great.
Yeah, I think Leon is top notch within this game. I mean, there is a lot of conversation when it comes to Leon being like, man, he's, just a character that people only like because he's cool and he doesn't have many moments where it's like, I really should care about your character outside of that. But I feel like in this game, they did such a good job at making you care about Leon and making him feel more than just like, I'm cool, I have aura and all this. Which to say, I'm gonna just say it. Leon is, in terms of like how cool a character can be, he's up there in S tier for me. Like, it's, I mean, one of the coolest characters in a video game I've seen in a hot minute. I mean, just every second he's on the screen, how can you not just enjoy what he's doing? Grace was fantastic. I enjoyed her segments. I think putting that character in the scenario of the gameplay made it genuinely scary. I just think Capcom did such a good job, like in terms of like level design, things that they tried that just they've never done before. And I think the first half is, for me, the first half I think is a 10 out of 10, or at least like maybe like I'm in that 10 to 9.5 when it comes to the first half. I think the only issue I had was, yes, I agree with you, Jordan, that I do think Grace has more parts to play than Leon does, which is fine, but it's like sometimes I wish they would have went just a little bit more. The second half, it sucks because I love it. I really do, because I think it has some of the highest peaks that are in Resident Evil, but I do think it has some parts where it leaves me being like, oh, this is a little like weird in terms of like what we're doing, and I feel like a reason of that is I do think this game, and I'm very certain, is going to get DLC, and I think because of that I think there is some things in there that should have been in the original like game, a part of that story, because the second half has some awesome I'm gonna want to hear John's opinion on this, because there's a boss when you get into that second part of the game, and I already know some guy in here, someone in here is not a fan of what you have to fight. I thought that was awesome.
Is it the
I was not expecting it. Uh, John can like kind of like, I'm not gonna spoil exactly what it is.
Is it the T?
But the
Yep.
T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But my only complaint personally, and I could literally say this game is amazing, because it is. I genuinely can't give it anything lower, because I had an amazing time playing it. My only issue though is, as much as I don't really care too much for the plots of Resident Evil, I do think this one tried a lot harder in terms of trying to make you feel the story of where this is all going. And I feel like my only two complaints that bring it down for me, I do think, and I understand the reviews of nostalgia bait now. I do kind of agree with them, because I think the final boss and the last two bosses and the kind of like mini boss before the final boss are kind of disappointing in my opinion. I do think the second to last boss is on paper is a cool boss, but I felt like could have used a little bit more. I feel like for a second boss that is that awesome, only having
Real
one
quick,
phase is like a little disappointing.
Once I give my like top level thoughts, we'll like put a disclaimer. We're like we're gonna start talking spoilers, and then we can.
Okay,
we
okay.
can get into that.
Okay, well, yeah. So I would say, I'm just gonna keep it short then. I'd say my only complaints, like I said, are some plot decisions. I wasn't 100% like. I was like, I don't really. They didn't do enough here, and I feel like some things just didn't make enough like sense. I think some bosses in this game are a little boring. I think they're just kind of like, they just threw them in there just to throw it in there. And I mean, that's okay. And I don't mind if you rehash something for nostalgia, but it's like, if you're going to do it, try to make it a little bit more like different. And those are like my only real complaints, is like, I think if you get rid of those two, like if you fix up those things for me, it's like, I truly don't have like any other issue with the game. But I do truly believe there's going to be DLC, and I think that will change my opinion on it. But it just feels like there's kind of cut content from the main story, especially the second half. Like, there are some things that I just feel like were not explained well enough, and
what did you explore?
I think it kind of just comes down to what Jordan said, is sometimes pacing. The pacing felt a little weird in the second half for me. It's like, but it's because, in my opinion, they focus so hard on that, first thing you're doing in that second half is exploring. And, I'll explain more later when we get to spoilers, but that's my personal opinion.
Yep.
Sorry, I love this game so much, I just want to yap about it.
No, I get it. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, like, it's pretty funny. Like, this might be one of, like, the only games, like, in history, like, I would say, like, I pretty much agree with you on, like, literally every single thing you said. Like, I can't think of, like, one thing that you just said that I would disagree with. What I would add is, like, I absolutely love this game. I think in terms of, like, favorite Resident Evil, I don't know if I would call it my favorite, but it is, like, right there. Like, it is, like, it's like, it's like maybe, like, just below, like, which my favorite is Resident Evil 2. I love Resident Evil 2. I would put it, like, right there. But
I think it's top 3 for sure.
The original 100
remake 2.
Doesn't count.
And I don't care. And so basically, one of like thing that I thought, and I thought this like, I basically played through like half the game over the weekend, and then I finished the second half during this week. And after I beat that like first half, I then played like the like third quarter of the game, and then I started listening to like Kind of Funny's review. I've stopped like watching like reviews and everything like before I actually play it, just because I'd rather just go in with a completely open mind, like kind of no expectations. Because also I'm blessed in a sense. I'm so busy, like I can easily occupy myself in like not watching a review because I have so many other things going on, and so I kind of just like went in, but like finally about like 3/4 into it, I started watching a review or listening to Kind of Funny's podcast, and like listening to them talk about it and like all their opinions. It kind of like helped me like form like how I was truly feeling about it. And the best way I could describe it, this is like a quote. This is like a 2026 Johnnymmer quote here. I think this is like one of the most 10 out of 10 games that is just not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with everything you said, Austin. Like, there are some peak moments in this game. Like, iconic moments, iconic characters, fan service out the womb. Like, there's so much. Like, in terms of gameplay, it is so fun. I think a lot of the story concepts are cool. I do agree with you. I think the story is a little bit weak, though. Like, there is I think in terms of a Resident Evil game, there is everything that would make a 10 out of 10 Resident Evil game in this game. I just don't think it is. And it is due to like just those minor things. Like the pacing, I think, is definitely off in certain areas. There are certain boss fights I think that just don't hit as hard as they should. There are certain story decisions that left me like, interesting. Like that's the direction we're going. And there are certain gameplay moments where I kind of found myself like, in a sense, like kind of what I was talking about earlier with Pokopia. Like it was kind of a struggle to want to keep on playing because I have so many other things going on in my life. I'm like, okay, I'll keep playing, but like, man, I kind of want to take a nap or I kind of want to go to the gym right now. But you know, so it is just those like minor things that would keep it from a 10 out of 10. But like on paper, I do think this game like is like one of the best, if not the best Resident Evil game. Yeah, I absolutely loved this game though. What I will say, like in terms of like my personal, I guess, hot take, not really hot takes, just like my personal opinions on this game. Completely agree with you. I think the first half of the game is a 10 out of 10, straight up. Like the first half of the game, I think is dang near perfect. I personally will choose Grace's segments in that first half over anything else in the game. I think Grace's segments in the first half are it just, oh man, amazing. From how scary they actually are to like you get that classic Resident Evil like kind of like Metroidvania like level design where you're in this big mansion and you have to like go to one end of the mansion to get certain tools to use on the right side, which then you unlock to go back to the left side. And it's just like it's so wonderfully designed. And then you do mix in that like, oh, you get that really like high octane fast paced Leon's segments, which I'm if anything that is the one thing I'll disagree on is like I was actually really okay with like Leon's segments being much shorter just because of like what they are. They are supposed to be that like fast paced, like high, like bam, big set piece, have fun, and then we're right back to like scaring you off your rockers. And so, but I think that compliment actually goes towards like if those Leon segments were longer, I think you would have more of that second half issue that we ran into in a certain way because like. There was a point during that second half where it's like, man, I'm just like not scared anymore. Like I'm just not scared anymore. And
you're not supposed to be.
Well, yeah, it's like
yeah, but
how
like
can you?
that's what made that first half so good though. Is like it was truly terrifying. And then you just get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm kind of tired of seeing Raccoon City, which I know is like really like a harsh critique because like we've been asking for like Raccoon City to come back in its apocalyptic form, but I just think I think that segment just dragged on a little bit too long. But overall, like, man, I think this game is just incredible. Like, it's so much fun to play. The characters are so great. I really like Grace. I didn't love Grace. I loved her in the first half, but then she just started being dumb, and I don't know. She kind of got
she becomes
got on my
irrelevant.
nerve.
She
She really does. Yeah.
She does make some questionable decisions.
That was my whole like take with like, and I don't mind like because the way they eventually like laid it out, the length of the Leon clips. The only reason at first that was like, okay, like what's the deal is because I really kind of figured they would do a fun hour,
Yeah.
like kind of jump between the two, but like pace it right. But they kind of split it up sort of in between where you were more one person this way, more one person that way. But like, I am kind of curious if that pacing was intentional because of the ending. Because of one, what Grace says herself at the ending, and just the feel of who she becomes as a character, like you just mentioned throughout the second half. It was like what actually is going on with like the Grace end of it, because the first half was crystal clear. I'm Grace, I know what I'm doing, I have this huge backstory, but then like her backstory, gets revealed to be like deceptive or not true, or everyone just has the wrong impression of, no, actually you're actually this person and you think you're this person.
Yeah.
So that it's almost kind of why and again, it's someone, this is why I kind of love this perspective, as someone who sat and watched it versus someone who played it.
Yeah.
Seeing that really made me wonder throughout the story, because I kind of wondered the same thing. I was like, man, like who actually is Grace really gonna be by the end of it? Because you have your theories based off of what happens during her parts. Oh, well, she's just this. She's just that. Oh, okay, well, maybe she's this. Oh, actually, she's not that person. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So she's just a really good person, like caught in a wrong place at the wrong time over and over and over again. Like, like and then I think that's why they developed Leon like a lot in it, by giving him that whole section to just look back, because all the exploration obviously goes back into older things from the old games. It starts at the station where you find his welcome banner, and you find the letter from the chief talking about like who this Leon kid is.
Dude,
and, like,
that was a peak moment.
Like what he wants to. Yeah, like they did really cool stuff to like. And it's to Austin's point, they made you not just want to be Leon, they made you care to be Leon.
Yeah.
They brought depth to who he is with, and it's no secret to anybody. You play the first 5 minutes of the game, he's infected.
Yep.
He's got, there's something going on with him. Like why are we getting like now so much like free explorative, which I mean, obviously you can, ransack your way right through it and not look through anything, which is, I'm curious how much you guys actually explored versus just, that main objective looks really good. But because that was my first thought when Austin was like, all right, I beat it. It's like, all right, you didn't go anywhere, you didn't touch anything, but but in fairness, you could have
Austin just has Austin just has way
hey,
more time.
Hey, I just said that was my first reaction.
My first reaction was you didn't play enough. It's like anytime John beats a game, which, by the way, John, sidebar, okay? Sorry to derail Resident Evil Requiem real quick. I'm never going to give up how quick you beat Rebirth. I went through and did Rebirth again, by the way. 30 hours is too quick. Play the game again.
3 hours? Did you say 3 hours?
30 hours. You beat that game in like 33 hours. Play the game again.
Brass bedrun it.
Play the game.
I will play it again
anyway,
once 3 is announced.
Sorry.
3's gonna be so good.
But Yeah, I see, like hearing your like both of your sides from it, I think is actually really cool because I wouldn't say that I'm on the opposite end of the way that you feel, but I think because I didn't experience it, and because I've also just taking in the Resident Evil games as like cinematic experiences for the last 15 years instead of actually like being like a participant in the actual activity itself. I I don't know. I as much as I didn't love kind of just it wasn't the pacing of the story itself, it was the pacing of the game bringing out the pacing of it. Like it was could have been a little bit better of like a maybe a little less time here, a little more time here.
Like,
You know, like a little more to not make Grace feel so irrelevant towards the second part. But that's like I said, the whole part is like why does she? Because that was my thought almost that whole second. Like why does she almost seem to be a back burner? Because obviously Leon is super important in his small parts in the first part of the game. But she like, which obviously she's not important, but like things about her just like seem to keep like diminishing throughout the game on and off, and it's like what does that mean? Like who actually kind of is it? And I liked it, but you know,
it's weird because I truly think, and again, it's just my opinion. I truly think the worst section of the game is that open Leon section.
I knew you'd say that.
Like the where you have to find the like 3 parts for a detonator or what.
As soon as I saw that part, I was like, John's gonna hate this.
Like, and it makes me like go back because like when this game was like first like rumored, like but before it was even announced, there was like rumors that it would be going open world for the first time in like Resident Evil history. And I'm so glad that wasn't the case because I think we kind of got like a really small hint of like what that would look like. And to me, it was just like, it's not that it was bad or like it wasn't fun. It just was
confusing.
it was just not on the same level of engagement. And I think that's...
If the whole game would have been that open explorative that they would have dedicated all their time to, I bet it would be so good.
Maybe. I just, like, I don't know. It just wasn't like... I don't know.
Do you want to get into like spoiler territory?
Yeah. All right. We'll go ahead and we'll now jump into spoilers. So
play the buzzer sound.
Yeah, if you haven't played the game yet or whatnot, maybe fast forward like 30 minutes or so, whatever.
Master Chief dies.
Yeah.
Unless you beat it on Legendary, he lives.
I truly like that is the moment where like the game like lowered for me. Is like when we went into that open area with Leon for the first segment, because as soon as like, and granted, even that segment has some really great moments, like that whole moment where we're walking through that like tilted tower, that is like crooked, like that is so great. But you know what? That was so great because that was a linear section of that portion. Like that was a very scripted, that was a very like, this is what you're doing, cool set piece, and that is what made all those other Leon sections so awesome, is because it was exactly that. When in the other sections it was kind of just like, hey, you just have to keep breaking down ladders, keep finding like staircases just to collect this part and then go all the way back down. All you're going to be doing through these sections is walking through dark tunnels and defeating a bunch of enemies. Yeah. It's cool, but like compared to everything else.
To that point, isn't that sort of exactly what the games are when you're just in the one building the whole time? You're just not...
No, like I did, like there were no puzzles during that whole section.
They took,
which
that
I think makes which is what made that Grace first like big section so great, is that there were a bunch of cool puzzles that you had to figure out, and that's what makes Resident Evil 2 as a whole so special, is like the fact that there are so many puzzles.
I'm gonna argue,
but there wouldn't be puzzles in that state of the world.
There wouldn't.
Yeah,
but I just think it was too big. Like, it is so easy in that segment to just get lost because there's so many like ways to go. I just think it was a little too big. Like, yeah, because I will agree with John. It is quite annoying going, into a parking garage. been flooded. You go through a door, climb a ladder, go through 3 other doors. You go down another ladder. You go, and then you find this one area, and it's like there's so much just spread around, and it's like it's just a little too big. I feel like because I don't know. I feel like they could have condensed it. I truly don't think the map needs to be that big in Resident Evil, especially because we're not running that fast. Like we're not.
Like, because like right after you finally get past that big section, like the game kicks into overdrive again. You have one of the most epic segments I've ever like seen in a trip. Like he's riding a motorcycle up this like tower and then like jumps off of it. Like, bro, like. But that's the problem. It just, that whole segment didn't have any of that like Leon awesomeness moments. It was just like, go find these pieces, and it's like, it's cool. But like even like if you compare it to like the gray sections, yeah, you could say concept wise it's the same thing. Go find these pieces, do all these things. But like while you're doing those, you have these giant like monsters like chasing you down these hallways. You are solving these puzzles. You're like constantly like upgrading your like scan badge, and you're unlocking new areas. Where it's just like Leon is just like go from point A, go back to point B to then go to C, and like all you're doing is walking through dark hallways, climbing up ladders, and killing enemies. And it's like, and it's still fun. Like I'm not trying to like hate on it, like make it sound like a bad game, because even that weakest part of the game, I would still say it's like a 8 out of 10. Like it's still like super fun to play because the gameplay and Leon is just awesome. In general, it's just like I think like in terms of like probably like what this game's biggest weakness, I would just say that whole segment as a whole, it to me was like its biggest weakness, because like, man, like thinking back on it, everything with Raccoon City that they did was great. Going back to RPD was amazing. That whole segment was great. Riding the motorcycle through that whole city, doing all that. Well,
the gun store.
Well, yeah, the gun store, man. All of that was great.
Yeah.
That open area just it just didn't really feel necessary to be honest. Like it really was just Leon fetching some equipment to open a gate, bruh. Like I just really feel like that segment like killed it for me. But
see, I mean, I have, and this is gonna be a hot take from me personally, but because you said it, I have more of an issue with going back to RPD than I do with that big section. I thought, in my personal opinion, I think going back to RPD was a little disappointing. I liked it, but we weren't there long enough. We're literally just finding our way to the left side of the building, and then we get to the plot, like story-wise, and it's like we didn't do a lot there. Like not a lot happened, and it's like, okay, yes, we have a guy who looks like Wesker. I have no idea who this dude is. I thought it was Wesker.
I'm pretty sure it is Wesker.
No, that's not the real Wesker.
Clone.
It's a clone of Wesker. I have no idea, because apparently I think he dies in 6. I think, and I didn't know that, or he died 5 or 6. I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure Chris Redfield like kills him. I don't know. But so I was confused on that, because I'm like, okay, Wesker's here now. Okay, so then we have the older guy, but then, we have, of course, you have what is it, Mr. X? Is his name?
Yeah, I mean he's technically just called like the Tyrant, right? Yeah. But like in Resident Evil 2, he was kind of classified as Mr. X, but like his like species or like what he is just a tyrant. But yes, he is practically Mr. X.
Yeah, so we have Mr. X like come back, okay? And I think it's cool. I think it's cool that we have him come back because,
Did you guys happen to fail running away from him? Sorry.
Oh,
but did you guys happen to...
Oh,
yeah. 3 times.
Yeah.
Dude, the animation that they do of him, like, twisting him on that wood and, like, ripping him apart.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah,
Tandem.
I was not ready to run forward and then have to run back, and like I didn't know how far he would go across like the walls and stuff. But
And he
that was one
throws a
of
freaking missile at you.
that was one of my complaints. Is
That's wild.
I think after the motorcycle section is honestly where my personal like review starts to go down, because I feel like there's just some things that become kind of unnecessary. I like RPD. I like I said, I'm glad they included it, but I wanted more. I wanted more than to just feel like I was there for 20 minutes to then bring back Mr. X, which I thought his boss fight was a little disappointing. One phase for one of the people that gives you such a hard time in 2. I just feel like I wanted more. Like,
They didn't want to beat the dead horse, though. I mean,
I know, but like it just felt, I didn't feel satisfied like with that boss fight. I don't know. I wasn't, and I feel like I may not be the only one that feels this way, because I feel like some other people share my sentiment. I mean, even my girlfriend, we talked about it. I asked her how she felt, and she was like, yeah, that Mr. X boss fight should have been a little longer. Like, there was a lot of, I don't know. I just think for a character like that, I feel like it should have been a bit more. And then one of my actual least favorite parts, I think, is just kind of stupid. What in the world? That last mini boss before the main, we're just trying to do a throwback to Krauser. You just have a random soldier that comes out of nowhere and like,
no,
yeah.
that's actually a character from Resident Evil 2. Yeah, that's Hunk.
it's Hunk.
Yeah, that's like a
Not
callback.
random at all. Not random at all.
No, yeah, he's so like he basically I had to look it up because I didn't like exactly remember, but there's like a scene in Resident Evil 2 where like a soldier takes one of the virals and he kind of just like runs away, and he's like the only survivor from like that group of bad guys that survives Raccoon City. And so I guess like this whole time he's been like waiting to get revenge on Leon or whatnot. And so I don't know, something like that. But yeah, because I originally thought he was just a normal, like just some random guy. But then like I watched people and they were like, "Yo, it's Hunk," and I'm like, "Who?" And then I was like, "Oh, interesting."
Hey, man, everyone did better than me. I completely forgot. I might have said he was a character that he was based off of, or like had similar moves to, and then I remembered, oh wait, that can't be them because they're dead. So how does that make any sense? But that was also kind of like, okay, but like now that I hear that, it's not as bad. Then I don't even remember the character in Resident Evil because I played Resi 2. And then I thought the boss fight was a little disappointing at the end. And the only reason I say that, like, no, I'm talking about Requiem right now. So
right,
I like
the Nemesis fight.
Nemesis?
When Gideon turns into a Nemesis.
Yes. I like my biggest issue with that is like.
Hold on, the one where he's like electrocuting everywhere, or the one where he's like a giant monster?
No. Yes.
Well, it's after the electrocution, but
yes. So I like the first phase.
The electrocution part.
I did not like the second phase.
Okay.
That literally just felt like a hey, Resident Evil 3. Remember that boss? Here you go. Like it's literally almost 1-to-1. The only difference is you don't pull out these big, cylinder vitals that can, and then you grab a rocket launcher and shit. It's just. I just felt that was kind of disappointing. Like it's cool, but like also like I feel like we could have done a little bit better on this. Like, why did we have to kind of copy almost 1-to-1 of another game for this final boss?
I mean, you can only make so many new things within like a series that's already got established like enemies, viruses, transmutate. Like they've already got. They can only do how many more new enemies can they just keep throwing into stuff? Like,
I get that, Jordan, but just unfortunately, I am so like bosses are one of my biggest things now. Like, and I blame Final Fantasy 16. I'm a huge boss person. Like, I love boss battles more than anything. And I know Capcom cooks. I know they do. But I just some bosses are just like near the end specific. I'm just like this just did not. I wanted more because this feels like, this should be a 10. This should be the best Resident Evil, and I feel like in terms of those departments, they did a little less than what I wanted, and I wish they would have went harder on some of those things.
Like the way like this conversation has gone, and like this like just review overall, like what I would like say is like I think this is like a very classic case of like a game doesn't necessarily have to do anything bad to not be a 10 out of 10. It just doesn't necessarily have to do anything great to be a 10 out of 10 either. Like, I agree, like, in a sense of, like, there are certain boss fights that feel like they should have had more or should have been better or whatnot. And I think, like, we've reached a point where we have been spoiled by so many games that have done those things to just a completely unprecedented level that it's like when we do get something that is, like, okay, it's average, like, it's about what I expect. Like, it is a thing of, like, man, I kind of want more. Because, like, on paper, everything that this game does, it should be a 10 out of 10. But I do just think, like, it just doesn't do certain things to that unprecedented level that we want it to make it be that 10 out of 10. Like, that's why I've always told you for, like, the longest time also. I'm like, being a 10 out of 10 game, I don't think means being perfect. I think that means, like, having, like, literally everything that you want, doing it to an incredible level that makes you just, like, literally adore the game. Like, because I don't like a game could do everything right and still be a 9 out of 10 just because, like, you just didn't get attached to something, or just because like you were expecting something else and it wasn't that. And it's like I think like that's kind of how I feel about this game. It's like I don't think I wouldn't say there's anything in this game below a 7 out of 10. And that's great. Like, that's like really good. Like, that means, like, almost everything you do in this game, you are going to at least enjoy. And it's crazy because, like, we could sit here and be like, well, I could be playing High Guard right now. But no, I'm playing this boss fight. It's like we are still getting good things in this game, whether it is living up to some of those peak moments in other games or whether other Resident Evil moment peak. It's like this game is so fun. It does so many incredible things. I just think, like, there are certain things I wish, like you said, we could have done a little bit more with, or I was expecting a little bit better. But I don't think that means it was bad. I just think it means, like, okay, it just, that's why it's a 9 out of 10. It just didn't hit the way I wanted it to. And that's okay. It doesn't mean it's bad, but and so, like, cuz man, like, I truly love those like 2 first big Grace segments. Like the one in the mansion and then the one like in those underground tunnels. Like like cave system or whatever. I loved those segments so much. And then I love how they incorporated those Leon segments in between. Like I just think they were cooking on all cylinders. And so
I think pacing of the Gideon fight would have helped a lot for both of you. I think if they would have did motorcycle, electric, nemesis in that order, you'd have no complaints. I think again that just comes down to the pacing of that boss. Because then, like, he just randomly shows up at the end of the game. Yeah. Mad, and I bowed to my master's genius. Yeah. Kills the clone, and then just kind of, goes off, like, based off the end of it. But if it would have happened in succession to the chase scene, where you're on the motorcycle and he shoots you with the bazooka and you're going through all these things and he blows up with his own motorcycle. If like 5 seconds later his other fights would have started, I think that would have changed it. Because honestly, that part I think only is a pace issue based off of what I'm kind of hearing with you. Because I think the battles themselves aren't too bad. It's just kind of the way they happen. Because it's like, hey, here's basically what we figured out for the ending. Here and now here's the end result. This little item that I have right here is now how we beat this adventure. And then dude just shows back up and is like, no, I'm mad at you now. I think if they might have dragged that part out a little bit and made his boss battle like a continuous boss battle instead of maybe breaking that up, I think that part might have went for you. I don't know what I can do for you to help you guys convince that the open world Leon part is good, but I think that's what I can. Guess from the Gideon fight.
Because I still walk out with this. The next Resi game, I would prefer, and this is just me personally, I would want it to be just third person. I think the game is better off being both ways.
They're never going to go back to just third person again.
I love the third person games. It's just my favorite.
They might, I don't know.
It's just my personal favorite, but it's like I hate being that guy, but it's like I love boss fights, and there are some awesome like boss fights in here. You start off, you have the spider. I was not ready for them to literally make a spider boss that is so big in a city that got nuked. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like, we're fighting this thing? Like, I thought that was awesome. It's crawling around the building. You're trying to figure out, you're looking each way, be like, where is this guy at? Like, it's stuff like that I think is just so cool. I don't know. Like, those are my only issues, is the plot got a little confusing near the end. Stuff was a little like, and I think that kind of hurt because of the pacing. And then just some of the boss fights just felt a little like underdeveloped. And I truly do think if Dusk Golem, which if anybody knows Dusk Golem is, that guy works at Capcom. I don't care what you say. That guy leaks everything relating to Resident Evil. That guy has to work there. But he's already saying they've got 2 DLCs in the work, one on Grace's mother, and one specifically catering towards Leon, where there's actually like drivable sections in Leon's car, which he's saying was stripped from the original game, or like the original story. Which, and that's what I mean, is like maybe if there is DLC for Leon, maybe that will help it out a little bit. But apparently he's saying it's actually to like cover what was happening with Leon in between 7 and 8. So what was he doing in that time? I have no idea.
See, I kind of like bouncing off what Jordan said. I wouldn't say I have any issue with this game. I just think there are, to me, certain parts that I view as weak points compared to others. Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't say the issue. Like, I don't think you can just change something and it would be a 10 out of 10. I think you would have to, like, change so many things to be at 10 10, because I just don't, like, it's not that, like, one slight weak point makes it not a 10 out of 10 for me. I give Just Cause 4 a 10 out of 10. That game is garbage, okay? Like, the game is straight booty cheeks. All right, I do not like. It's not that like having issues or having weak points not make it a 10. I just think there's a whole conglomerate things that you have to like. For me, as a person who enjoys specific things, that you would have to change. It's just like I just don't think like it's okay. Like I don't know. To me, I don't know if there's anything you could just like change slightly about this game that would make it a 10 out of 10 for me. I generally just think it was a 9 out of 10 game. But
see, that's why I always tell everybody, when you put a number on a game, and I'm not the biggest fan of it either, but it's like I just do it because like I tried doing the letter thing and sometimes the letters didn't feel right. So I've incorporated this like low whatever high. Like so if I want to do low 9 or a high 9, like that's how I separate the games like based off which one I enjoy more. But I always tell people if you're gonna rate something, it's like you're not like you're not. I look at it more as like you're not rating the game on its quality. You're rating it off of your experience.
Yeah,
Because your experience is going to be different from everybody else's, which is why you can look at reviews and it's like I look at them just because I want to understand and see like people's experiences, like like how did they feel about this certain thing that I did, and more than likely it's going to be different or it might be the same. It's just cool to see what people experience. And I'm not saying these boss fights are bad. I just, for me personally, in my experience, I just wanted a little bit more in that department. In terms of the last two that I felt were really important, way more important than the spider. So
yeah, and like it's weird because like again, it kind of makes this like whole like us kind of look like idiots in a little bit. Like Jordan said 8.5 to 9. You said 9. I said 9. I feel like pretty much this whole time we've been talking about negatives. It's like, how does that make sense? Like, think about how many peak, like, just like that first half when like Grace Moms dies, like in front of her, like, oh
Pacing's
my gosh,
mildly negative.
her acting, Grace's acting is amazing. Like that whole
the VA
segment,
part when she dies, that was
my gosh,
so
that's
good.
so good. Like you said, that opening scene where Leon's walking through the city, like, man, that is so awesome. That like creepy crawly thing chasing you through the hallways, like there's so many great things to point out about this game. It's like, I think that just goes to show you like why the game is a 9 out of 10. Not because it has a couple weak points. The game started at a 0 out of 10. It had to do something to get up to a 9 out of 10. Like, think about all these things that it did to reach that 9 out of 10 level. Just because it didn't reach a 10 does not mean there's some big issue we gotta fix about the game. It's just not. It just did that many great things to be a 9 out of 10 game. And there are critiques I'll give it. There are certain like things that didn't like excite me as much as other things, but the game is like so incredible at so many things. Like, even like I kind of agree with your like Mr. X take, but like, even then, I can't deny how awesome it was to see Mr. X come crashing through that ceiling. It's like, even though like it is like a little bit disappointing, like there's still so much greatness like within it. It's like I could be at work right now, but no, I get to like see this right now, And so it's like, it's really hard not to like just be like, oh, it's not a 10 out of 10 because of this issue. And to me, it was just a 9 out of 10. Amazing. It is what it is. Amazing. Like, it had to gotten there somehow, so.
Like, and no matter like how many things I say, like a lot of people are probably gonna be like, well, then with some of the issues you're pointing out, it's like, how is that up there for you? It's just like, I still thought those segments were good to great. Like,
right,
to me,
exactly.
My main focus is I just don't want something to be bad. I don't think there was really any moment that was bad. I just thought it was like good to like great, and instead, but that's the issue is then when it's like you have so many peak moments. It's like you want it to stay at that point, but things happen, and I mean,
like
it's whatever.
You want me to praise the game? I'll tell you right now. I think this game cements Leon as like one of the all-time greatest video game characters. Period. I think Resident Evil Requiem cements Resident Evil as one of my favorite franchises. Period. I think this game cemented horror as like for sure like one of my favorite genres. Like I think this game does so many just incredible things. And just because it has some weak points that I would critique, like like I can't not just praise the game. Like,
well, yeah, I mean that's the thing is because I've seen a lot of difference. The huge majority of people are giving this about a 9 out of 10, which
Yeah.
I think it's ballpark. Like almost everybody you talk to is going to say it.
Yeah.
I have seen, of course, on X, there are a lot of people being like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. And it's like, story-wise, like these are the people that take the Resident Evil story like super seriously, being like, I wish there would have been more characters that we would have seen. Like, where's she at? Where he at? Where she at? It's like, I still feel like without having to do all that, they did a very good job at telling the story for what it is. Like,
Actually,
I think it's one of the more interesting stories in Resident Evil that we've had. So
actually, I take back everything I said. I do have one issue with this game. It's checkpoints or like load points whenever, like, dude, sometimes you'll like get like caught by like something that's just like an instant death no matter what, and man, it takes you so far back. It's like, you're telling me when I picked up this key item or something like that, it didn't like just do like a little checkpoint. Now I gotta do like all the like 3 steps again, like back to back. Like I don't know. To me, like that was one thing that like actually kind of annoyed me sometimes. But other than that, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like it's going on my top 50 list for sure. Like
it'll probably end up there for me too. Like, I've been trying to think, do I like it more than 2? Because 4 is my favorite still.
Yeah.
I love 4.
I think 2, 4, 9 are the top 3 games in my opinion. Like,
yeah, I definitely like that, and I'm not counting the old.
What do you
ones
know?
because-
It's the Leon trilogy. You know? What do you know?
I mean, I know a lot of people are saying Resident Evil 1 remake is up there. I mean,
Tim said it.
No. A lot of people actually.
Really?
Podcast I listen to, a lot of people are saying that. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to play a game that looks that old, that looks not good in my opinion. I can't do it. I just can't.
Rough.
It just looks, yeah. But spoilers over. If you haven't, buy Resident Evil Requiem. It will be one of the best decisions of your life. Don't care about people complaining about the time it takes to beat it. It is worth the $70 price tag. Not every game has to be 40 hours, 20 hours, 60, 100 hours to be worth $70.
So something we haven't brought up like at all. Like, man, is this such a banger of a AAA game? Like, visually, it is stunning. Like, the environments and atmospheres are awesome. Like the audio design is top notch. Like,
my PS5 Pro felt like it was actually worth something.
Yeah, like, man, this game is just incredible on so many areas. I do think that this is a surefire game of the year nominee. I would be shocked if it's not nominated by at the end, because and the reason I say that, like, we've seen it now. We've seen it now multiple times. As much as we don't want to believe it, popularity does play an impact on like what gets nominated, mainly because of the talk around the game throughout the year, right? It's like Black Myth Wukong had no business being nominated, but it did because it was one of the biggest games of the year. Regardless if it was one of the best, it was one of the biggest. And it's like something like Stray. What the heck was Stray doing being nominated for Game of the Year? But because like it sold that many copies and because people talked about it for that long, like, so I do think with Resident Evil scoring this high, and like how successful it is already, like 5 million in 5 days. Are we kidding me? Like, holy moly. Like I really don't see this game not being nominated. Like, it's easily one of the best, and it's going to be one of the biggest games of the year.
My only thing with that is like, we'll have to see. I don't really care, because at the end of the day, it's like my opinion matters more than the Game Awards, and most of the time I don't even think they get it right. But also, like, this happened with Monster Hunter Wilds last year. I mean, that game came out in February and it sold 10 million in like a month, and look where that went. But it really just depends on how many good games come out. I mean, we have a lot of good games come out. Control.
Yeah, I would also argue though, like, Monster Hunter is like a genre that, like, you have to maintain it throughout the year, where like, and they did not do a good job at that. Like, they made a lot of bad mistakes throughout the year.
Yeah, reception is very, like, because that's the whole reason I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 got there, which, like, I'm not mad at. Like, a lot of people love that game, and they should.
Yeah, that's a perfect example right there of like a game that's just gonna like carry its weight throughout the year. So by the end of the year, like, you're not gonna forget about it, and it's like, oh yeah, that probably should be nominated. So, you know, like, this is completely off topic, and this is not to diss or review Resident Evil Requiem in any way. This is honestly just to praise the other game, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I totally believe. I think Pokopia is gonna be higher on my game of the year list than Resident Evil Requiem. That is not to diss Resident Evil. That is only to praise Pokopia. Like, man, Pokopia is so great. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead. Let's get into the news. We're not gonna spend too long here. We're just gonna run through them real quick. And then we'll get to it. So, Austin, go ahead and hit us with.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna name the basically all the stuff that's happened this week. I'm gonna go one by one, and you just tell me if you want to kind of talk about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. No, I'm just...
Okay. So I guess we'll go from top to bottom. So the top of the week. New God of War by Cory Barlog is reportedly focused on Faye as the main character with a 2027 release date.
I just don't know what they do with that. Is my only takeaway.
Yeah,
from
we'll
it.
see. I don't like
how far into like the Jotunheim stuff do they really want to like go back into that Faye kind of served her purpose? I feel like a lot during the first two, being represented how she was and her story being told from that end. So I don't know what they do with it, but I mean, hey, if it's done well, who knows? I don't know.
Like, in Santa Monica, I trust. In Cory Barlog, I trust. In God of War, I love. This news doesn't really excite me, but it doesn't not like it doesn't disappoint me either. Like, it kind of is just like, cool.
Like, I'm intrigued to see where they take it, what they do with it.
Like,
but
we'll see. You know.
Yeah, we just.
I also didn't love the idea of a full Atreus game either. Honestly, like, call me the old head. If it's not Kratos, it's not a God of War game. And if we're either going to end Kratos or stop making God of War games, we should just. I don't know.
Like, I personally really wanted like Santa Monica to do a new IP or something like that, or like there was rumors that Cory Barlog was doing a sci-fi game. I really would have liked to see that. The fact that it's not that isn't like devastating to me. Like, oh my god, of course they're going back to God of War. No, I don't feel like that. Like, cool, we're going back to God of War. It just better be good. Like, that's really all it comes down to me. But yeah, I'm kind of neutral on this. So
I mean,
I'm more than willing to be proved wrong.
I do like what I've heard in terms of release date. I think that is pretty cool. That it's going to be announced at the end of this year, come out in 2027.
Yeah, with next year's release.
It sounds pretty cool. So,
yeah.
Makes me wonder how long they've actually been working on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's had to be for at least over.
We know Corey's been working on something for a long time. So.
Well, yeah, because he worked on 2018 and then got taken off as director, and then, I mean, he might have taken a little break, but then came back. But he also kind of somewhat helped on Ragnarok, I heard. Yeah. So, like, he could have been developing it alongside that as well. I would at least assume 5 years or more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sony, I'm not expecting a lot of brand new stuff from them anymore. I'm kind of expecting like sequels on sequels, and maybe on their smaller like studios you'll get some like weird stuff, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm not on the game industry. I'm not expecting much new anymore. I'm expecting sequels and spin-offs of franchises we already know because of where we're headed. But that's just me personally.
Yep.
All right.
Just like our game of the year last year.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Nothing.
No, but that's because indie is the way. Indie is literally the way right now. Like, indie all the way, man.
Sorry.
Good luck to all the people making indies out there.
R.I.P.
I understand. I'm not sleeping on them, but you know. All right. Okay, I can skip some of these that don't really matter. Indie World Showcase. I'll just give a quick thing. I thought that was great. It was, very short, but I enjoyed it. Mixtape got a
mixtape, yeah. Mixtape finally got it.
I'm really glad to have that.
Moonlighter 2 got a Switch date. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Very excited to see where that goes. So I want to talk about this, of course, because we've talked about Capcom. Capcom unannounced
Devil
titles
May Cry.
within the next physical year, April 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2027. So
Devil
they're
May
unannounced.
Cry.
They're unannounced titles. So I can already tell you now, February has been a month that Capcom loves.
Yeah.
They love February. We had Monster Hunter Wilds. Was Dragon's Dogma 2 February of 2023?
No, it was March. No.
March. Okay, it's around that area though. So we had Monster Hunter Wilds, Resident Evil Requiem, and I would assume we're gonna have a big game in February. Now, could that be Devil May Cry? We're hearing a lot of things pointing to Devil May Cry something. And I'm gonna be honest, I think we're at that point where it kind of makes sense to put out something Devil May Cry. I mean, it has been
Mega Man Legends
a
3.
while. Oh wait, we do have Mega Man Overdrive.
Yeah,
Nope,
but that's
don't care.
announced.
Legends
It's
3,
announced,
it's all
though.
we care about.
It's
But-
announced.
Yeah,
It's
I know, but like that,
They were gonna have.
I would expect maybe like another Ace Attorney thing, another small project.
I'm gonna say
or
it could be small.
maybe
They
a new
did not
game.
specify unannounced AAA games. They just said unannounced titles, and they do
I'm
like
expecting-
collections and they do like Battle Network things for like Mega Man, and so like
I'm
it could
definitely
be some small stuff.
expecting.
But
I'm definitely expecting one big game though.
yeah,
like-
for sure.
But that could be anything with the amount of like they're literally making everything. Like
Yeah.
Dead Rising, hey, you want one? Guess what? There was a leak last year that they're making another one. I believe it.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause-
believe it.
You have Okami. Bro, we're getting a new Okami.
Yep.
Like when did you ever think we'd get that?
Yep.
Only with Capcom. You know, franchises that you worked up and you made, don't let them die. Bring them
Man,
back.
we still have
could be a hit.
and we still have Pragmata and Onimusha this year as well. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's just Capcom. Capcom's the goats. Cap God, dude. There it is. Cap God, dude.
It's ridiculous.
Doing it big.
I could
yeah,
see honestly, I could see it being a Resident Evil remake. I know they've been talking about that Code Veronica a lot. So
Yeah,
it
well,
could be
Dusk
that.
Golem is saying there's like 3 in development right now.
I'm sure,
but
dude.
One is really far out.
I mean, you
Okay,
see, you
okay.
see Resident Evil drop 5 million in 5 days.
Do y'all believe this? I don't believe this. I don't believe the last thing. So Dusk Golem says Resident Evil Code Veronica
Mm-hmm.
is next year.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil 0 remake is 2028. And currently
And
the
10's
plan
29.
is yes. I don't believe that.
What was the last one?
Resident
10's
Evil
29.
10.
Nah, it's Cap.
3 years out.
I think that's the plan right now, but there's no way they hit that.
Yeah,
I think it's high
unless
hopes
it's-
thinking, but I don't know. That sounds.
yeah. It sounds crazy.
Unless they've already got a team working on it for some reason.
Yo, I do
Like,
think Resident Evil 10 is gonna be Chris and Leon as the main.
I mean,
two
they
for
could just be
PlayStation.
pulling a Square Enix and being like, you know what, the game's out, back to work Monday, boys. We're working on the next one. I don't know. It just.
I want to say Leon's done. Like I want to say he's just like I don't know. I feel like he's just this should be the end for him, or
Maybe.
like at least for a hot minute. Chris is definitely.
Oh yeah, Chris is for sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. They say his
Um,
name in the game. He's
yeah.
he's got to be where they're going now, right?
I will say like a Dino Crisis would be pretty awesome. Don't know if that'll ever
Yes.
happen, but it'd be cool.
An actual like remake, remaster
Yeah.
of the original, or if for some reason they're just like, you know what, Dino Crisis 2, F the original.
Mhm. All right, fellas. Actually, I guess I'll just get Jordan's opinion on it before we go to the main one that happened recently. Jordan, do we ever see Bloodborne again?
No,
Do we ever get a
No, we do
remake,
not. No, we do
remaster,
not.
sequel?
nope,
Not even under
nope, never again. Because even if that rumor, like, had very little truth to it. The fact that it was like pitched and FromSoft was just like, nah. Like, I don't know that.
Mm.
Like, I get it's Sony's game, whatever. But no, I don't. I don't. Not with everything that they're doing. It sucks because I think
my
that community needs that game.
Yeah.
And I think that community deserves that game, whether you're just Bloodborne or in the Souls realm and love all of them. Like it's the only one. It's the only one that isn't up to par with what like the remasters, remakes, and stuff are doing. And they're certainly not going to do it too. So I don't know. It's sad.
I genuinely
It's sad.
don't.
All the stuff with Blue Point and all the drama with Sony and everything with like these three entities coming together, Sony, Blue Point, FromSoft, all coming together to like try to do this thing that would make so much money, by the way, for your companies, not just one. You would profit so hard from that. Digital, you put it out physically, you put out a collector's edition for that. Like, dude, people will lose their mind for that. But I'm just a consumer. Don't ask me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
I
genuinely, I don't think we'll ever see it again.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see Bloodborne again until some licensing agreement finally runs out.
Yeah, 15, 20 years or something down the line.
I think unfortunately, like FromSoft has gotten way too big, and PlayStation has gotten way too greedy for them to reach an agreement in terms of finances, in terms of workload, in terms of resources. Like I just don't see them doing it. Like I figured it was a business thing for like the longest time. Like
I think from an ignorant point of view, as far as the business side of it goes, from whoever's being involved, I think that they think you can't just backtrack from what Elden Ring was. Elden Ring's the standard now. We can't go back to don't go back to Bloodborne. Okay, we've got Elden Ring, we've got the DLC, we put out Night Rain. You know what, guys? That's your bread and butter. Like, part of me just wonders if, like, there is some of that's just like, why would you try to go back to that when you've clearly got the most successful IP to come from you guys? I don't know. I'm not in the board meetings. I have no idea what's actually happening, but it just it seems like a missed opportunity, and either somebody's just too scared to do it for some reason. Somebody's not stepping up and actually being like a good business person and being like, look, this is going to work. Or for some reason, it just doesn't work out between the companies. And God knows why. I don't know.
I think, and I'll keep this quick, but I think the main creator, I think he wants to make it himself. And I feel like the only way I don't think we'd ever get a remaster or a remake. I think we'd get a sequel, but it has to be by FromSoft. But that would be at least 10 years down the line. That's personally how I see it from everything that we've heard. But it's sad.
You're muted.
Blue Point.
I would love to, because it's going to make me sound like a new age, old age gamer, because like I'm someone from a different generation, but I kind of prefer newer games. You remaster it, I'm gonna play it. I tried to play the original. I'm bad. I'm bad at it. I'm not good at Souls games. The only ones I've ever been good at is Elden Ring, and it's because the game lets you get really good at it before you have to do anything in the game. So like I understand why I'm good at Elden Ring versus the others. But I don't like as iconic as Bloodborne is to people that I respect as creators, and also people that I just know personally, that claim like Bloodborne's in their minds better than Elden Ring. It's better than Dark Souls. It's better than Demon Souls. Like Bloodborne's like the pinnacle of From games for a lot of people. So like you put 60 frames on it and give it a little fine touch or something, like more than likely you'd probably see me playing it. So I no.
Yep, I agree.
But I'm just one guy.
Yeah.
One guy could change the world.
One guy. I'm the weight of two guys, but I'm just one guy.
Yeah. All right. So I got two more. One of them we're not gonna. I just want to talk about it because it just shows the industry and where we are. High Guard is shut down. It has not been very long. The only reason I wanted to say something on this is because I just think this shows like what is hot and what is not. Um, and I've seen a lot of people, and I do hate this mentality. I do hate this mentality that we are not willing to try things anymore, and like we have to riot against something to make sure it fails when these
I
people
mean,
are just
it's already
you know
it's already starting to happen again.
yeah.
Marathon came out and people are already trying to put those servers into the ground.
Mhm.
Like it just keeps happening. Like
Yeah.
people are getting their impressions of getting. Now I watched some of High Guard. I didn't think it looked good. I watched some of Marathon. I don't think it's a game that I'm gonna play. But
Yeah.
it was that standard that they just set to
Mhm.
make it be just this biggest thing. You know, everybody's given their opinion on that too. Like, you know, should Jeff have said something? Should it have been something where it was just in the should it have even been a Game Awards thing at all? Should it have just been something that the company came out was like, hey, look, we're gonna make this game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope. But honestly, like I said, Marathon didn't do anything that High Guard did, and it's getting the
Mhm.
same treatment already.
Yeah.
So
The only thing with that is like Bungie's behind it. So I feel like, I've learned this. Reputation means a lot. And just because you used to work on Apex Legends doesn't mean literally anything in this day and age. I mean, it's a new studio, and also like I've heard Apex Legends has kind of went downhill over the years, like recently as well.
depends on
Um,
who you are, but it's definitely not
yeah.
as hype as it used to be.
Um, but
Still a big community behind it though.
mhm. I guess I just wanted to speak on this just because like
I'll be back.
the industry's changing so
I'll
much.
miss you.
Like, there's just certain things that are hot and just things that are not. And I feel like these companies are gonna have to start learning, like, um, really pay attention to the market. Really pay. I don't think the issue is multiplayer, and I don't think it's multiplayer games. A lot of people are now running with the idea that it's like, oh, nobody likes multiplayer games. It's like, no, it's just I think the multiplayer like shooter genre is where like we're really like it's so oversaturated because we have
It is.
multiplayer and co-op games that are doing great. You have a Split Fiction. Look at MOBAs. Look at um I mean there are other games that are like not that exact genre but are around it
Uh-huh.
or are just a little like different in a different way. Like I don't think it's the fact that it's multiplayer. It's the fact that it's the extraction shooter multiplayer. It's these like free for all battle royale multiplayers. Like it's so oversaturated and all these businesses and companies want to have a Fortnite and it's just
Right.
not going to
Right.
happen because that's not what the market wants.
No, because
Um
they're all trying to serve their purpose.
mhm.
But how do you serve a purpose from like you just said Fortnite, like, you know, the OG, you know, like peak days of like Warzone, the amount of
Mhm.
people that still are playing like PUBG and stuff like that, this kind of stuff has like happened. And if you have these games that are in these structures already, like establishing um like a quota that, you know, like should be hit to, you know, in
But
order for this game to like be successful, you just like multiplayers games, I feel like personally need to get back to a point where you need to stop acting like you're putting out a triple A like momentous of a lifetime game that people have been waiting for 12 years. You know, like
mhm.
somebody puts out, you know, later this year, it's going to get announced that FF7 Part 3 is coming out. There's a developer out there right now that thinks that their extraction shooter should be just as big, just as expensive, and like just shoehorn as much crap into it as you can because we're going to be just as important as somebody
Mhm.
that's like out here doing these, like, you know, iconic names. And like you have to actually develop a foundation before you become the next big thing. And these companies spending, you know, 5 years in secret making this thing that everybody else is making, and then
Mhm.
you spend hundreds of millions of dollars on it, and like the only hype that you've got around it is that, hey, you get to play with your friends, you get to, hey, there's mounts, hey, you get to ride a mount, and the game's free. Hey, the game's free. You don't even have to pay for it. But we're not going to do anything about cheaters. And we're not going to do anything about charging you $20 every 3 months, on top of $20 per skin. On top, like there's just so much happening in the multiplayer realm that it needs to just like condense a little bit. Like they're just like keep making multiplayer. Like I don't want multiplayer games to die in any way, shape, or form. Like it breaks my heart every year that Call of Duty sucks. It really does. I loved Call of Duty. Like it was like junior, senior year of high school. Like that was the game I played. I played hardly anything else. Like the Advanced Warfare days, played the crap out of it. Call of War, Modern Warfare, like 2019, played the crap out of it. But like eventually, they just keep beating a dead horse and like adding things that are unnecessary and like setting these standards that they're doing something different, and you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing anything different, and it's okay that you're not doing anything different. But like you get these big blown up like expectations, even just for yourself. And you don't stack up, and then everybody kind of I was kind of rude earlier, but someone's like, "Hey, did you hear such and such is getting shut down?" What was my first reaction? Ah, like it wasn't all sad. It wasn't like, "Oh, I saw the game." Like it was everything that it's been since the Game Awards. It's like, "Yep, sure, saw that coming, saw that happening, saw it just be the same thing that everyone else is doing. It's Concord all over again." It's which
I just
not true. I was hyped for Concord because I thought Concord was going to be a cool game, and then they made it the game that it was. I thought Concord was going to be like a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff sci-fi game based off that trailer. Coolest dang trailer in the world for one of the worst games I've ever seen. But yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of ranted on a soapbox there for a minute. I don't want multiplayer to die. I just think it's in a spot where they're making themselves die because of what they're trying to do without, like, I think properly executing like the plan of it. Like you guys are just kind of doing stuff without like putting out feelers, like seeing like what the community actually wants out of it. And the thing is, the games that do that, they get so much feedback during like alphas and betas, and then the game came out and it's like, where's all the stuff we talked about? Where's any of the things we talked about that made this game broken 3 months ago when everybody was playing it for free? Like I don't know. Single player for life.
Yeah. But like I said, I just wanted to talk about it because like I don't like it's sad. I hate when people lose their jobs. It's like I get it. You didn't produce something that everybody loved, but this game also like I truly think Jeff screwed it. Like I'm sorry, when you think of a show, you cannot put Game of the Year nominated studios before, like, you're putting this game that's in a oversaturated genre at the very last spot. Like, you're basically, and how people are going to view that is be like, oh, you think this is more important and is better and should be played more than the next game from Larian, Control 2, Control Resonant. It wasn't like, that's like the thing is like, what are we
Mega
doing?
Man was even bigger than that.
Like that doesn't it just doesn't make any sense.
No.
And plus as well as not marketing, like no marketing until literally the day, like the literal few days before it came out. I'm not shocked. I feel bad. I mean, it sucks to see people not have success and like do good, but it's like it's just kind of what it's come to. But like I said, I just want to talk about it because of where this industry is going, and I hate seeing the toxicity of wanting games to fail. It's like I don't want a game to fail. It's just like I want what we asked for. It's like if I don't get what I asked for, I'm not gonna like want it to die because I know that's how a lot of people feel about Marathon, and it's just like I'm not gonna play it because I'm just not interested. I didn't ask for it, but like.
I hate to rush, but let's go ahead and go to the last topic just because I don't know how much time I have left, but.
No,
all
John.
Right. Hey.
All right, fellas. Project Helix has been announced from Xbox.
Oh, I'm out.
So after everything that has happened, they today announced Project Helix, or it was yesterday. I can't fully remember.
Yesterday.
So basically confirm this console is rumored to be next year, and early estimates suggest the next gen Xbox Project Helix, which is a mixture between Xbox interface and a PC hybrid, is going to release in 2027, and could launch with a price ranging estimate between $999 and $1,200.
Don't see me buying it.
I'm just curious what everybody here thinks, because I want Xbox to succeed. I really do. I do think that price is like, I think if they could, the only hope I think they'd need to do is they would need to explain two things, and they're gonna have to get away from this Xbox brand a little bit here. They're gonna have to advertise this thing more as a PC than an Xbox console if they're gonna want to justify that price. Because if you're defining this thing as a Xbox console, you're gonna look at all of the other things that are considered a console, and you're gonna be like, they're just cheaper. They're gonna get by like the, it just makes more sense to get that instead of this thing that's gonna be a lot harder to afford. Second off, they need to go back to exclusives.
Yep.
That's like a guaranteed like needs to happen.
Yep.
Especially
exclusive in the sense of like just not on PlayStation and Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, boys. What do you think? Like, I mean, me and John
like,
had a podcast where we mostly talked about this.
I mean, the bottom line, like, I think no matter if you're gonna buy it or not, I think like with any new console announcement, there's always some level of excitement because we're talking about the next generation. Like we're talking about, okay, what are games gonna do on this? Like what games are we gonna get? Like how's the technology? Like there's always some level of excitement whether you are gonna get it or not. Like that's just the gamer in us talking for us, really. I think like to me, like I'm excited. Like obviously, like Xbox is my like, unfortunately, Xbox is unfortunately my ride or die company. So it's like, I mean, I've really just been dying, really. But like I'm excited for this. I do agree with you. Exclusives have to come back now, especially because PlayStation just pulled all their games pulled all future games from PC. I wonder why. Because if they're going to be on PC, Xbox has access to them. And what does PlayStation not want? Xbox to have access to them. So 100%, Xbox needs to pull their games from PlayStation, because you're going to need people to buy this thing. Like, and that's the only way to do it. And like personally, I like the idea. Like I really do. Like if you have Game Pass for PC and Xbox games, if you do have exclusives, if you do have the most powerful console, no matter how more powerful that is, like I like the idea. It's just it is gonna be a hard, like it's just no matter what, like whether it was just a straight up new console that's gonna be like $700, like no matter what Xbox does next, it's gonna be a challenge because just because of the reputation and the momentum that they're gonna have to build for it. And so it's like no matter what they're gonna do, it's gonna be hard for them. It's gonna be a challenge. They're still gonna be in third place for the foreseeable future. But I do like the direction that this is going, and I do actually really like how they handled this announcement. They were very proactive about it, and I really just have to give credit to the CEO lady. Like she straight up went on Twitter and was like, "Hey, we had a team meeting today, and we decided, and we're completely moving forward with this. We're coming back next week to talk about more information at GDC. Like, here's what it is. Here's like kind of like what we're aiming for." I like the communication. Like I saw someone like tweet like, "This is how you control the narrative." It's like, yeah, like nobody was really like. It all started with them announcing this thing, and so it's like, you know, it is. I like how they did it, and so we kind of just have to wait. I'm not gonna believe any of the price rumors until I see the price, just because like man, just the way the market fluctuates and the way tech fluctuates, like it's impossible to come to a pinpoint price until we actually just see the price. And even then, like the price could change. So I don't know in terms of like release date, what games will launch. Like we'll just kind of have to see. But I do like the idea. I do like the idea of it.
Mm.
And of course, we are talking about the next generation, so it's like I'm excited no matter what. But
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I am on the fence. I don't know. I think this makes gaming harder for a future generation because of just how freaking expensive and technologically advanced and everything is, which I get it. Like the gaming market like has to evolve. Like it has to get bigger. It has to do this. Like there's tons of people out there demanding like more and more like bigger games, but not necessarily the size of them, but like, you know, the look of them, the voice acting like behind it, the mocap behind of it, like the expectations that like the world has around like a certain genre of gaming. And then, you know, there's obviously still like the cutesy, cartoony, like cozy games style, which, you know, again, is something I just hope like never gets put on the back burner. It won't. But to see something that's like, hey, we're gonna put a PC in your living room, like, I like it, but I think, and again, you know, I'll keep beating the dead horse. I don't care. From a slightly different older generation of people, I don't want to see the different markets of gaming die. I like PC gaming. I like console gaming. I like cheap gaming. I like expensive gaming. Like I think this is a realm of an activity where no matter kind of where you are, you can always sort of figure something out to do. And to restrict like a future generation of like, you know, somebody 2 years from now who's got like a 6-year-old kid, and that kid 2 years from now wants that $1,200 system.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna get that for that kid? Like 12% of the population. So it's PC gaming, I feel like, has that area of being something that's like almost ungodly to think about how expensive it is, because PC gaming's only gotten worse. If you want like a top of the line rig now, you're spending 15 grand. Like it's not like, oh, I can get away with getting the best stuff for about 3 grand. No, you can't. You cannot. Like PC gaming is already getting more expensive, and now console gaming is getting more expensive, and the world around it is getting more expensive. So I like it for what it is. It makes me worry for like what it actually is gonna do for the future of gaming, because if it becomes a monopoly of being the strongest console and being something that everybody's gonna go to, like what does that do for the other markets? Like I am on the side of I don't like exclusives. I don't. Everybody should get to, like, unless your console can't handle it. Like, you know, I don't expect, you know, the Switch 2 to handle everything that this next Xbox is going to be able to handle. But like, I don't know.
I have a super analytical breakdown here. So, like, we talk about a lot, and we've talked about it in multiple segments of this podcast. Budgets are out of control. Prices are out of control for products. We talk about like multiplayer genre dying and things like this, and how generations have to improve and have these big leaps. And I think it all stems from one big factor of this industry, and it is the casual side of this industry, right? And I mean, even if we look at like just our I was gonna say this, but I didn't. Multiplayer genre, that market of the industry is not dying. It's actually the opposite. It's oversaturated because of the amount of casual. If you look at like things like Roblox, if you look at things like Fortnite, if you do look at things like Minecraft, those markets are so big because of the casuals, because no matter how strong us hardcore gamers are, we're never going to be able to compete with the amount of sales and amount of people that are on the casual side. Like, it is 20-1, probably even lowballing, right? And so when we look at the markets, when we look at the budgets and all of these things and how the industry is dictated by all these things, that's why we continuously see these talking points of like, man, we have to see bigger and better graphics every generation. We have to see new and innovative technology, because guess what? That's what the casual expects. I don't think we could be sitting here saying all these things, because I go on Twitter and I see all these big influencers and content creators who are hardcore gamers. I don't see any of them saying that. They're all saying the things we're saying, but it's because the mass audience of the gaming industry is casual gamers, and that is what casual people expect. They expect bigger and better, and that is why people chase the trends. So in this case, in this very realistic business and just industrial point of view, I actually think this is the right move for Xbox, because guess what? Xbox is in third place. If you are a casual gamer, which is going to be 90% of the gaming industry, you are buying a PlayStation and you are buying a Nintendo Switch. Those are the two consoles you are going for. A casual gamer is not going to buy an Xbox. Therefore, if you are in third place, do something different. And in this case, Xbox and PC is different. Even if it was $999, PS6 is rumored to be like $800. You might look at that and be like, well, I could get a console and a PC for $200 more. That might be an enticing deal for some people, because it depends on what that casual benchmark is. If PS6 decides to go $800, that is now the casual benchmark, unless you're Nintendo. But we've talked about this so many times. Nintendo is in such a separate category of this industry. It's really hard to judge them and have them in very comparison conversations. But if you have that standard of $800 for a PS6, whatever the Xbox decides to go, they're in third place. They have the room, they have the space to do something weird, to do something different. If it pays off, it pays off. If it doesn't pay off, well, that's kind of where they've been the whole place, so it doesn't really make a difference in a certain way. But the point is like, no matter what we do, no matter what direction we go in this industry, no matter what new generation we enter, no matter what genres are booming or whatnot, it's always going to come back to that casual side of gaming, because that is what dominates it, no matter what. And so, that's what, like, I don't know. It's just it's a really tough conversation, because it's like, yeah, budgets should go down. Yes, we shouldn't be chasing trends, but at the same time, that's what 90% of our industry wants, and that's unfortunate. Like, it is the consumer's fault to a certain point of view. There are certain companies who are able to have that discernment and who, in a way, don't necessarily care about that. They're willing to make art, and they're willing to just stick to what they know they're good at, but they're also smart in a way of like, how can we use that to break through to the casual audience? Okay, Resident Evil. All right, let's do what we love, what we've been doing the past half decade now, making these really cool horror experiences, but let's throw in the things that everyone loves. Leon, action. Let's put in these big set pieces. Let's make it look big and beautiful. Bam, 5 million in five days. Completely shattered the previous record of the most notable game in the whole franchise, Resident Evil 4. It's because they're in a space and they're in a situation where they can do something different, and they can pursue a vision, and they're smart enough to make it stand out, not only to the hardcore gamers, which will love it, but the casuals who will also buy into it. And that's what makes you succeed. So in a sense of this console, if you are going to be in the position that you are in, do something that you know your hardcore fans will love and will buy into. People like me and Austin, we will probably buy the Xbox, because that's just the people we are. Like that, like we are going to buy into this new generation, into these products, because we're unfortunately obsessed with it, and we're willing to spend that kind of money to do those things. But if you're able to do things that can also apply to casuals, the biggest piece of the market, that's how you change the script. And that's kind of what you have to do when entering a new generation in the position that Xbox is in. You just have to take a risk, and we just have to kind of wait and hope it plays out in a way that is executed right and makes sense for the industry. And that we kind of just have to wait and see. But yeah, that was kind of my whole tube. I know I just went on like a huge rant, but it was just
That's fine, man.
a big analytical breakdown there.
It's kind of what we're on today.
You know,
it's kind of what we're on today. Feels good though. We just haven't talked to each other in a while. I think it feels good to just get stuff out. So.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like I once again, like I hope to do this with you guys way more often. I mean, I just love yapping. I love video games. Like I mean, the start of this year, I don't want to say it's like the best like start of a year in terms of it, but it's up there for me. Like I'm feeling really good about like a lot of the games we have coming up. I mean, we're on a hot streak right now. I feel like when it comes to big games coming out, and I mean we have April coming up. April is stacked. I'm going to die in April.
Yeah, April's.
I got 2 games coming out this month, and I'm probably not going to be able to get, and I'm bummed about it.
Oh yeah,
I'll have to wait on getting them.
Jordan, hype scale, Crimson Desert, 1 through 10.
7.
Oh.
7.
So
I've heard. I have heard the narrative kind of sucks so far from the people that got to play like 5-6 hours of it. It's really like a sandbox explorative thing, which is fun. But like if it has a completely lifeless story behind it, it'll probably be a good game. But based off of what I've heard of it really not having much of a narrative, I'm kind of a couple points off now for it. So
we'll have to see. I haven't heard anything relating to that, but like I don't know how long the game's going to be. But that was something I was worried about when looking at Fantasy Critic and wanting to draft it, because like it had like no story trailer, and I was like, is there a story here? Like, how are we here? Why are we here? Like, what's going on?
But there's that one, and then Solasta comes out in a week, and I won't be able to get that either. But
Solasta?
I played the demo. Yeah, Solasta 2.
I think it was at the Game Awards.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It's the one. It's got.
It's like a first person,
Starr,
like a.
Deborah Wiles doing voice acting for it.
Is it first person, right?
No, it's top down tactical RPG. It's like Baldur's Gate.
Oh.
I
remember it now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see, man. I mean, like, kind of going back to the Xbox thing real quick, like, 2027 release makes sense. I mean, at that point, you like, I don't know, like, just we don't know like what it. Like, are we going to have launch titles for it? Like, we just don't know what exactly they're going for. If they're just going for a product launch or if they're actually trying to kick off a new generation. Like, you know, so we just don't know enough yet, right? And so we kind of just have to wait and see. And then we don't know what PlayStation's doing. Obviously, Nintendo's
bound to
doing
be all
their
digital, too, at
thing.
this rate, right? Kind of, because, like, with what they've
I
committed
don't know.
to.
With the new regime at Xbox, too, I don't really know. Dude, honestly, like, I'm kind of excited for Xbox in a weird way, just because like I feel like anything could happen right now. But at the same time, that also worries me because anything could happen. But like,
I'll be honest. I think if Xbox is smart, they'll make it backwards, like make it.
They should do what PlayStation did
and backwards compatible. Because
they should do what PlayStation did and make it optional. Make it where you can attach a disc drive if you want.
No.
I think they should.
Well, okay. I mean, but I don't want to pay more for a disc drive.
But
they need to keep this thing down.
No, PS Pro, man. That's all I gotta say. PS Pro did the same thing.
That is still my least favorite purchase I've ever done. I don't even know. I only kept it because I chose to believe in the fact that they could make this thing better.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you my original for your Pro if you don't like it.
Well, they're starting to do pretty decent with it now, apparently.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Back it up now.
Hey, yo, Resident Evil Requiem, FSSR, first game to have it. Apparently, Crimson Desert's going to have it, and everything else after. So,
did they change it to F? I thought it was PSSR. I thought it was Pisser.
Yeah, it is. It's
no,
PSSR.
I think now they're. I don't know anymore.
Did they update it? They might have updated it. I don't know. I
know
it got it. Did it get, or is it getting a huge update overhaul?
It's getting one. It sounds like this month.
Okay, because I saw like a bunch of posts about it like the day Requiem came out, because it was like, hey, along with Requiem, look what we're doing. So
yeah, but it's not till like in March is what it said.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping that's gonna fix a lot of like issues games have on the Pro, which sucks because like It sounds like games perform better, but they just don't look as good. They have it's like blurry and like a lot of it causes games to like flicker with like blurriness.
All right,
So-
boys. Let's go ahead and end it. I gotta get going here, but
All right.
appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's good talking as always. We'll try to be back next week. We'll have to see. I know Jordan's getting a job here soon, so we might have to switch around like the time in which we do it or something like that.
Even if I
but-
do, the hours are 8 to 5, so I got.
Oh,
nights
that's pretty
free.
fire. That's
so-
pretty fire, actually.
Monday to Friday,
Yeah.
8 to 4:30.
Nice.
So
Tough.
Yeah,
I'll be,
and just
I'm very set schedule coming if I get it. So
and just know, guys, I'm always available. It's always these two I have to worry about. So
And it's really just me.
then start your own podcast, Austin. You got a Twitch channel.
Play your way, bro.
yeah, but John's already like gotten all these graphics. He's already done all this stuff, and it's like
That's true.
I like what
Hey
he's
man,
got.
I just had to start from scratch with my whole setup, and I'm doing it.
I mean, I understand, but it's like I don't know if I.
Look, I
mean,
moved all this around. and
I
stuff.
I could start the Big Nasty podcast. I mean, I don't know.
Nasty podcast.
You could, and,
Getting
and I
nasty.
hope your first topic is about the big nasty sandwich from McAllister's. I hope that's your first topic.
Yo, McAllister's is fire. All right. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. Johnnymmer out. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.